Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 428, not 248. Transpose some numbers there. Sean corrected me on that.
The chat was complaining.
I messed up. Oh, were they? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Well, and here's this was 248. 007 GoldenEye Xbox leak. Retro game collecting problems. Xbox in 2022. Sounds like a better show than what we're about to do.
Dude, that was so long ago. That's when that GoldenEye thing got out. Oh, that's crazy. That was so long ago.
It was before we knew how meh that was going to be.
Well, still, it was a different time. But we're waiting for OJ and I guess we'll see Celia and Josie hop in. Look, there's OJ. As if they drop in. We were just hanging out. So I'll go live and get things started here for 428. OJ, what's up?
What's up?
How's it going over there?
Good.
Good stuff. I did a pre-show, so I figured you'd pop in probably right at like 9:01 or 9:02. So
sometimes I got Kettle Ray talking. We talk about all sorts of stupid stuff.
All right, so we got OJ, we got Evan. Evan's here. How you doing, Evan?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
And we got RGT.
Hello.
Sean is here with the Batman Forever. That is a crazy shirt.
It's double-sided.
It's double what? Like on the other side is what's on the back then?
It has
the
like
same thing.
It has the release date of the movie and stuff.
Oh wow, jeez, that's like
that's the movie with the kiss from a rose, right?
Yeah.
I
used to have a poster of it when I was a little kid. People shit on it because of after Batman and Batman Returns, it was kind of a little more quirky, but I still think it's really good. Like it just kind of has lighter elements to it, but like Tim Burton like still helped out with it. So I don't know. I think it gets unfairly treated.
It has that, like, when you look at the promo material and stuff, it definitely has that 90s look to it though. So I don't mind it,
But like I like in the scene where Robin steals the Batmobile and he goes downtown and it's like all like neon and stuff. Like I don't know. I thought that was a really cool shot. I thought Schumacher did a pretty decent job with that movie.
I'm picturing
and then Robin, not so much.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm picturing all the McDonald's crossovers. They did everything back then.
They did
everywhere.
Everywhere that I remember, dude. That song was everywhere, and that movie was everywhere.
Yep.
Well,
and there was a game, right, on the Super Nintendo. And
a bunch of versions.
There was two games. There was the console one, which was terrible, no matter what console you played. I remember renting it, and I literally got stuck on the first level because it doesn't explain the controls.
Tell you shoot the grappling hook.
Yes. The grappling hook. Yep, the grappling hook. Yep.
But
everybody got stuck there.
The arcade game, which got ported to the Sega Saturn and PS1, I believe, is actually a really fun 2D 2.5D beat 'em up game.
Oh,
it's very fast paced. Yeah, it's super good.
I gotta play that one then.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's especially if you like beat 'em ups. It's super fun. Digitized graphics, but like 2.5D backgrounds.
I don't like beat 'em ups. He sucks as a content creator. What are you talking about? What?
No. The genre.
The
genre.
The genre. My bad. The genre. Okay, no, never mind. Beat 'em ups is cool. I'm just joking. Real quick with that beat 'em up that you're talking about. Is it available on any like modern system or anything? Or
no, because of licensing. But it'll run on a potato. The Saturn version, I think, is a little better than the PlayStation 1 version because Saturn handled 2D stuff usually better than PlayStation did. But I mean, the PlayStation 1 version is fine.
Okay,
gotta check it out.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was a week. Gamescom was everywhere. Unfortunately, Sean got heavily disappointed once again. That's how it goes. He looks forward to anything, and then we get a Metal Gear Solid 3. So you know what? We'll start with that. We also had like the PS5 price increase, and there's some more rumors around Valve maybe entering the console scene.
I didn't even see that.
I got you covered. Trust me, there's a lot of interest in that. Actually, might have done a dedicated video on that because people are so interested in the idea, and I think there's I actually
Twitter.
Well, I mean,
like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, Twitter.
You'll get hella views on that video. Anytime you show Gabe Newell's ass, it's instant views. You just show him. You talk about Steam Deck, you'll be more people actually watching the video than buying a Steam Deck. So I mean,
that's like the Vita.
Yeah. The Vita's the exact same way. You're right.
You make a video about the Vita. People love, dude. I looked at my video that I made a couple of years ago about the Vita. It has like 800,000 views on it. I was like, why the interest now? Like, that's so weird to me.
Curiosity of probably something they missed.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I mean, you look at the prices now. It's hard for people to justify getting that instead of. I mean, let's face it. You buy a Vita and a couple games, you might as well buy a Switch to a PS5 or an Xbox, like a new system. So, but Sean, Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Snake Eater. You know what? I saw the review start to come in. I saw it happening. Started at like an 85 in the morning. I said, okay, that's not bad. Went up to an 86. And then the Digital Foundry video dropped.
Well, if you looked at some of the reviews, some of the lower score ones did mention like performance issues, Unreal Engine 5. A lot of the lower ones though were just kind of like they played it too safe. It's exactly Metal Gear Solid 3, just with prettier graphics and modern controls. And it's kind of like, well, I mean, that was kind of the whole point with it. But yeah, that performance, dude, there's something sketchy about that. Like, and I get it. You know, we'll talk about this as we go throughout the night with certain games. People have different expectations for what they look for in a game. Some people find something acceptable that other people find isn't acceptable. It really just comes down to your personal opinion. But when I'm seeing like the base PS5 version of the game running better and more consistent than the PlayStation 5 Pro, but there's still like a 51 frame per second drop to like 30-ish when you go underwater. There's literally a boss battle where you constantly have to go underwater. It's just kind of like, well, what's going on here? And it seems like one of the problems that seems to be creeping up with a lot of games that are coming out is Unreal Engine 5.
Yes. Unreal Engine 5 keeps coming up for this. And the thing with this is I mean, not every Unreal Engine 5 game is bad, as we've seen. Sometimes one comes out and it's fine. In fact, it's funny. This whole thing around Unreal Engine 5 comes up after I got done playing through Sword of the Sea for the second time. That is an Unreal Engine 5 game, or Unreal Engine game. And it's fine. It looks way different than most of the Unreal games that you see because they go for like that realistic look. And it almost at times looks like they're just pulling pre-made assets and inserting them with like a slight twist, right? So that's why they start all looking very similar. Sword of the Sea looks super different. It's giant squid, so they have like the kind of already artistic.
Looks like Journey.
Yeah. And it plays like Tony Hawk mixed with SSX mixed with Journey. That's what it plays like.
Right.
And it's 2.5 hours long, something like that. But I played through it twice. I've put like a little more than 4 hours into it because there was like a new game plus, and you beat it in less 2 hours. You get more stuff, and the idea is you play through it a couple of times. But it runs really well. It looks awesome, and it's Unreal Engine. So then I see Metal Gear Solid 3, this remake, come out, and it's like night and day. It's like Unreal Engine's getting in the way of everything because when they were showing the frame rate, and I'm sitting here with the PS5 Pro right there. It was $700, right? And I go, the base PS5 runs better. That's not good. That's weird. So that's I told you I had good experience with the Pro and bad experiences, and this is kind of like, ooh, this might be one of the bad ones.
My thing is like, you know, I've seen like videos pop up from like Mudahar and Asmon Gold about, you know, Unreal Engine 5 being problematic. But like, what's the actual reason? Because you have to imagine that, like, is it because it's super easy to use, but companies aren't taking the time to have it optimized, or like, because I'm not a fucking game designer or game developer or anything like that, so I don't fucking know. But I know
Mudahar's not an engineer, so it's okay. Just give your opinion.
I mean, I don't know enough about game development in that aspect, like particular engines to, you know, but I know if, you know, I see 2 Frostbite games on the Switch too, and it seems like both of them are having issues, even though one hasn't come out yet, but from what I've heard, the other one's having issues, then I'm going to assume that it's, you know, there's something with adapting Frostbite to Switch 2. With Unreal Engine 5, it just seems like, you know, because Mafia, the Old Country, was an Unreal Engine 5 game, and you and MVG both said, oh yeah, there's frame rate issues and frame rate pacing issues with this game.
Yes.
So it's like, what is the problem here? Why are we not trying to figure out why this is a thing before shipping our games?
It's probably optimization. That's what I mean. That'd be the thing that I would guess, is that new tools, optimization, and then just trying to also hit certain graphical levels would probably get that too. I mean, these are pretty, in Metal Gear Solid's case, pretty nice looking game, you know. So they're trying to hit a certain graphical level overall, but then they're also trying to work with the system that it's on and new technology. Then it's also the skill of the developers too. I mean, that also plays a part into it as well. Time that they have, time constraints could also factor into all of this. So it's just a variety of things. Like if you're editing a video, sometimes if you have more time, you can add a lot more things. You know, sometimes if you don't have as much time, maybe you don't add as many things. Depends on what type of video you're editing, though, not your videos.
I hate editing. It's the bane of my existence.
I know editing sucks.
Sometimes he just completely forgets to ripple edit. Just leave the whole segments of him not talking, and it's good.
No, I've been better about that now. I've been better.
Getting better.
I haven't done that.
Doing better for it.
No,
like editor here, Evan's like, yeah, man, you can't get shit by me.
no more stopping in my Okay, hold on. I gotta call out this fucking idiot. I've actually never watched an Asmongold video, but in my video where I'm showing Unreal Engine 5 problems, as I'm scrolling through, Asmongold's video is one that pops up. So that's how I knew he made a video on this. I do not watch video game content on YouTube, especially modern stuff. I'll watch some retro stuff. God, you're so fucking dumb.
Yo, retro stuff on YouTube is incredible.
So much more fun to me because
it's so fun.
I don't want to watch somebody talking about something that I'm going to talk about. Like, what's the point in that? It's like it doesn't make sense to me. Like,
is that why you were in my PC physical video in like 5 minutes? The first 5 minutes, I see Sean with a comment. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, because I'm never going to make a video about big box PC games in 2025 because I've never owned a single big box PC game, because when big box PC games were a thing, I didn't have a PC. So, you know.
No, there you go. The Unreal Engine 5, everyone's just trying to figure out what's going on here because it's going to keep happening probably. UE5, just Unreal Engine, because we'll get 6 eventually. It's easier to justify making a game when that's an engine you're going to use, since you don't need to build an engine. You just kind of use it. But it's almost like that general tool, that general use engine that everyone's just trying to pick and choose from to make work. And it's just some use cases better than others. But you also have, as OJ mentioned, a lot of developers of varying skill level using this thing, and just some are better than others with it. But the thing that it is crazy to me is these games are already to a certain graphical fidelity, a graphical level that I think most people are pretty happy with where we are now. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen anyone go, man, I wish this hair looked even better. And we had those screenshots going around yesterday, day before, where it was hair follicles and what was it, Indiana Jones or something? It looks a little better because of, and everyone's like, what is this? What are we doing, guys? Like, I don't get it.
It's weird. It's just weird where some of these companies' priorities seem to lie. You know, it's kind of like the ray tracing thing. Have we really?
People are bearing ray tracing. Oh,
I mean,
man.
What did it do this generation? Who cares about ray tracing? Like, I would rather have a game that looks really good, 1080 60, than a game that looks amazing, can go up to 4K, but the frame rate fluctuates all throughout. And obviously it depends on the style, like a turn-based RPG. Who gives a fuck about the frame rate of that or something like that? But when we're talking about action games or sports games or something like that, like, frame rate is important in those games because it affects how the game feels when you play it.
Right.
And if it's all over the place, it's going to affect how it feels when you play the game and your reaction times and stuff, because you're going to be used to something and then it dips and you're like, oh, well, wait a minute. Now I have to like readjust. I don't know.
Well,
it's
an adventure
weird.
every time you turn that camera.
Yeah. I know what game you're talking about.
Ray tracing, though, has been how long? I feel like it's been 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer, that we've been talking about that making an impact in games. And it just hasn't materialized, like, this entire generation.
Well, it almost feels like a buzzword. And that's another thing. Zach Warrington I'm not thrilled. He says MGS3 looks like it lost its soul. I'm not really super thrilled with some of the character redesigns, like Colonel Volgin. I don't know. He just looks kind of weird. And like
I need to see. I think I need to see it. Like in
maybe in action.
Yeah, I
like,
gotta see it first. But yeah,
comparison wise, it looked I don't know, just kind of side by side where they showed like original versus the new thing. I'm sure I'm still gonna thoroughly enjoy the game, but it is disappointing that there seems to be an issue with the performance of it, no matter where you play.
Yeah, I mean, as good as the PS2 one looked, it still left something to the imagination with certain scenes. Just kind of the way you would interpret it and take it in. Like they showed that one scene where there was a ton of light in the graveyard, ton of light that was being flushed, and you saw that. There was you kind of left some of that to imagination with the artistic style that they had, right? It was because you can't quite make everything out, but in your mind you're kind of piecing it together. Whereas they showed the new screenshot and it looked very clean, I guess would be the way to describe it. I don't know. It didn't look as
It loses a little of its charm, but we'll see. I mean, the story is still rock solid. Have they shown, because I didn't watch any of the reviews, the inventory for like healing yourself? Do you still like have to pull up a separate menu to do that? Or did they kind of streamline it or anything? Because I was wondering, because like if you think about it, the camo system and the healing system definitely kind of sucked you out of the original game a little bit, because you would have to open up a menu, choose your camo, choose how to heal yourself, go through the steps and stuff like that. I do wonder if they did anything to sort of speed that up.
I didn't see that. I just watched the Digital Foundry. I was working.
Yeah, that's all I watched, because
it just popped up, and then I started hearing it. And I'm like, oh, okay, something's wrong. And then I listened to it. And I'm like, and I had the same reaction I had afterwards. Okay. All right.
There are certain scenes I just kind of want to see for the first time played out, rather because I did look at one review for a minute and they just started throwing all the cool stuff at it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna play it anyway, so I don't need to see all this stuff. So I read some of the
spoiling the whole game.
Kinda. I mean, they start just showing all the different bosses. I'm like, oh,
you watch the Dreamcast guys review? Was that?
Hey, shout outs to Digital Foundry. Everything they showed was in like the first 5 minutes of the game. I was like, all right, cool. Thank you.
They actually do a pretty good job with that, not spoiling stuff. They actually, I think they like consciously,
They talk about most like the first encampment and stuff you get to, and then showed footage of, I mean, if frame rates drop in there, and then you think about some of the craziness that happens later on, I can only imagine.
Yeah, like the end scene. What the fuck is going to happen with the Shagahad and shit? What are we doing?
I don't know. That's like extra real. That's man. I will see
some performance patches. Maybe there'll be some patches that come out to help out with it.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, man. I'm getting tired of like, it's like you get fucked for supporting the game and getting it on Circana/NPD. Like, oh, you're the fools for buying it on day one, and then little fucking Johnny Shithead comes along 3 months later, buys it for $50 instead of $70, and then he gets the premium version. And it's kind of like,
gotta be Johnny Shithead. Why can't it be? Why is it gotta be on that for waiting a little bit?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it feels weird how like early adopters for a lot of AAA games are the ones that get fucked, especially like the early access shit too. Like, oh, you bought the $100 edition? Well, I mean, there's gonna be bugs and stuff. Sorry. It's like, what do you mean? Sorry.
No one can log in on the server, and then this patch kills all your save files. Have fun with
that.
it.
Yeah, like the worst is with that the Star Wars Outlaws where you erase your save file.
Your save file. They were doing you a favor though, because they didn't want you to finish the game.
I wonder how many people just said, screw it, I'm good.
Which is you were like 13 hours in that game. And
the last hour and a half or so of the game was actually like by far the best part. I was like, wow, this fucking feels like a Star Wars game for once. But they tucked it away at the very end because everything else was just, don't buy that Switch 2 version. I'm telling you right now. There's a reason why they're not showing you it. The only footage of it that exists was in that IGN developer direct that it was extended, and they showed 10 seconds of gunplay, and it was like you could count the frames on your fingers. Save your money.
Founders are gonna hit.
Oh yeah,
another video of them. Yeah,
but I'm sure there'll be those Nintendo Twitter accounts. Oh, the game looks fine, runs great. What are you talking about?
That's awesome. We can play this on the go.
Well, this isn't the first time. I mean, this isn't Virtuos's first go around here. They just did Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remastered, and that was a whole thing at launch. So there we go again with Metal Gear. Man, Unreal Engine is that's gonna be something I got to deal with for a while. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know with the 360 and the PS3, I think people tend to forget what frame rate we played games at back then.
No, John, you're wrong. It's these systems are not strong enough to handle these games. You got to stop making excuses. We need stronger systems. We do. It's plain and simple.
The best part is a lot of the people who deal with this stuff are actually on the PC, and they have like
they need strong
4090 or something.
No, these people need stronger PCs. These PCs suck.
Nah, we'll just fix it. We always do.
We need
it is
6090 graphics cards. Let's just go up more numbers, please.
There you go. It is really weird that optimization just feels like it's gotten just worse. Like almost across the board.
What'd you say?
Optimization has gotten worse. It feels like, especially on the PC side. The PC side is crazy right now. Yeah,
is that a thing?
Yeah.
No, it's not. You're just making excuses.
On PC, I feel like every time a game comes out, like Monster Hunter Wilds was insanity for a lot of people. Evan, you said you didn't really have any issues with it, but people were like posting videos of what was happening with. I mean, these PCs must have been like $2,000 with some of the specs they were posting. You know, they had the 4080 or the 5080 or something.
Not strong enough.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these.
It's kind of the trick though, because it's like with PC, it's what's your processor, what's your board? It's just there's so many different infrastructures that have to then output the game. It's like, all right, I get it. But then when you start hearing consoles are like not holding 15 frames and some things, you're like, all right, something's real. That's what's actually wrong. Is that you had one thing here. You had one system to aim for. It's not like everyone who has a PS5 has 20 different PS5s. So
yeah, then with Death Stranding 2 comes out, game runs great.
Oh yeah.
Looks awesome. No issues with that game. So that's the problem. It's
lucky draw. Look at the draw on that one.
It's so hard to know with a game now when it comes out how it's going to perform.
Who made that? Kojima? Does he make games?
Yeah, he's the. I mean, the Decima engine now is showing that it's pretty good, I guess. So
well, in certain people's hands, we'll see if other people start using it.
Well, like Gorilla with Horizon has been good. So they might want to just start using Decima for more stuff at Sony at this rate. How all this is looking with Unreal out here. So, man, let me go over here and see if. Oh, there it is. What Pyro says, what PC specs does John and the gang have? Also, do you prefer gaming on your PC or your PS5 Pros? I vote PC unless it's a bad port. Recently, it's been more PS5 Pro because a lot of these PC ports have been pretty bad.
Let's see. I don't know my PC spec. I don't play on PC. I do have a beefy one back there that I use for emulation. It's actually stronger than my main PC, but my main PC has everything on it, so I just use this.
Yep.
I have a game. I have like a 3080 or 30 something. I don't know what I have. It's got like a lot of RAM and shit, but I don't remember. I bought it a couple years ago. But I don't really play on it, so yeah. I mean, I got Steam and I got all sorts of stuff, and I've played on there before. But I'd rather play my Switch 2 or my PS5, to be honest.
We got over.
I got a PS5 Pro. I've got
a PC and a Switch 1 that's covered in dust, and that's about it. Like I've never had issues.
What video card are you rolling with right now? And that PC. You have two, don't you?
Yeah, I think I have a 3080 and this one 3060, and the one that I use for just editing and things, which I play mostly on anyway, but I don't have tons of problems. Is it mostly because I'm not pushed by AAA companies to want to buy those games. I play a ton of indie, the groups of people who are not thinking of the arms race of visuals and games that just causes frame rates to crash. People who actually, try to put out a fun game that runs well. And that's about it.
I got a 3080 Ti. I have an i9 13900K and 128 gigabytes of RAM. Because why not?
I was just about to say that, nerd. What are you trying to do? Take over the world? You Dexter?
All the RAM.
You're a nerd for clicking check boxes on how to build PC.
If you just if you just right click your Windows icon and hit system, it'll just tell you guys your specs.
It just tells you.
Still a nerd.
That's all.
But you didn't do that. You knew exactly what you had without clicking.
No, I did. I right clicked it and just went to that to make sure I was thinking of the right.
Where do you go to? You go to
CPU
which one?
specifically.
The
I
control
want to make sure I
panel.
had the right CPU. You just right click your Windows flag, the bottom left. If you're, I'm on Windows 11, so the Windows button. But
Here
you
we
just
go.
System.
Some of us
finish
like
the system
Windows
without-
10, John. I'm not upgrading.
It didn't. I'm surprised it didn't do it
They're gonna
automatically
stop-
when you weren't looking.
It keeps trying to, and I hit cancel.
Yeah. Sometimes the window it'll just do it at night when you're not paying attention. Like Windows, it'll just go to Windows 11. It'll turn it on, and you don't know where you are.
Surprise.
Yeah, basically, it'll just surprise you. Let's see. Who has the DVD burner hooked up? I have. I do. I have the Blu-ray burner hooked up. Actually, Blu-ray,
external
Blu-ray.
USB.
Yeah, that's not DVD, dingus.
Blu-ray burner. It burns DVDs as well. Does both. Cool Rip
Nice
says
thing.
RGT Fire shirt. What up, guys?
Thank you.
I have a cast. DC Fat Cat says, getting us going, everyone. Tip your king.
We need the support, guys. I've been off for 2 days. I took Friday and Saturday off so I could handle some things, hang out with my wife. We need to get some support going.
Did you see the latest rant on Battlefield? Like the situation with Battlefield, the new one?
Which
No.
situation? The hackers or the forcing you to have safe boot on?
Well, no, not the situation with the actual game, but with DSP and with DSP talking about Battlefield. That shit was hilarious, bro.
Dude, my new
You guys told
favorite.
me that you wanted me to play the game. I'm
I
over
got no
here. I
support.
need more if I'm gonna play it.
Dude, he thinks that like every single one of his viewers is going to show up on every stream and just give him money. And it's like, you do realize like people sometimes have like things to do, so they're not like necessarily going to be there.
No, they don't.
Gosh.
It's not like
Tip the
their
king.
life revolves around you, but
Tip the king.
Tip the king. Sneaker Fanatic Television says, what's up, everyone? How can I join so RGT won't be the token black guy? I'm just kidding. Don't get mad at me, OJ, at work. This passes some time.
Why would I be mad? I don't know who you are. No idea, bro. I ain't gonna get mad at that. But shout outs, man. Thanks for supporting John.
Pickle Rick says, what's the next NSO app game we're getting and when? App
Chibi
game.
Robo.
Oh. Yeah, Chibi Robo. It's out now. You can go play it. But what's after that? Maybe something. You know, we've been due for a good Game Boy Advance game.
We've been due for a lot of older games. Seems like they forget that they have like other systems.
Game Boy Advance. That's
Then
a
like
good one.
randomly there will be like some game that just comes out like
Here's the
Mario
Japanese
Paint?
version of a game. We're not going to
Yeah.
translate it or anything. Oh, Mario Paint was a
Survival Kit.
fucking banger. Mario Paint
Survival
was-
Kids or something like on Game Boy Color.
Mario Paint was like super random too.
Yeah.
So
That was so good.
Sneaker Fanatic Television says everyone delete one: PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC. Then rank the 4 of them.
So delete 1 of 4 and then rank the 4.
Delete one of them,
Well,
and then rank 4 of them. You can just delete one.
I feel like the
PlayStation,
universe
Xbox,
is
Nintendo,
deleting
or
the
PC.
Xbox.
I'm deleting
I-
PC.
I mean,
are
we
we
know
talking
that.
about? But are we talking about like are we talking about like for like the history too?
I guess
I'm
the
not-
entire
I get-
history. Yeah.
I no, fuck
Just-
that.
Thanos snap. They just everything would be gone.
I'd have to say PC.
The entire
Get
history,
Get rid of where it all
though?
started. I feel you.
I feel like the entire history, like going all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah,
of
wait,
time,
just
I can't
never
get rid of
happens.
PC because Doom, they had Doom and stuff and Quake.
Well, I
Age
don't
of
think that would.
Empires.
I don't think that would retroactively like, cause other things to not happen though. I think it would
So-
just be.
Are we only talking
Everything
about the
that-
gaming
I don't
market
think
or
Xbox,
just the
though.
whole thing in general? Because I don't think you get most of the motherboards unless PCs are actually.
Yeah,
becoming a
like,
thing.
I think that what they mean is that just PC and all the games on PC, everything would disappear, but there would still be all the stuff that happened because of PC. It's not like it would erase
Oh, that
other
sounds
things.
so boring.
You know, so it wouldn't be like a chain effect. It would just be like, hey, this is just gone right now,
I might
and then
be
everything else
it
still
might be
exists.
Xbox.
No, yeah, for me.
How are you
it's
gonna get
Xbox.
rid of the Xbox with the 360?
I
Come
know
on, man.
that's tough.
I've been
That's
playing my
tough.
360 a ton. I
It's
still haven't
easy
hacked
enough
it
because
yet.
Bungie was already doing stuff on PC.
You
I
didn't hack
imagine
yet?
Halo would have come to PC instead.
Oh, you got to hack that thing, Sean.
Gears of War.
It's time. It's time. Time to load up the USB stick and just.
I couldn't find one. I had one in my Amazon shopping cart and I forgot to check out. And then like the next day, I was like, I don't feel like doing this.
I've done that
You
so
can't
many
buy
times.
the USB stick.
I've done that where I have something in my Amazon cart and I'm just like, save for later.
You don't have a flash drive anywhere in your house?
Not a free one. I mean, I'm sure I
No.
do. I'm not looking for it though. Like I don't care that much. I have like I was playing Hit and Run today.
There you go. Go
on my 360 through the backwards compat. Screen tearing and all.
Randy Romano says, RDT, you watching AEW Forbidden Door tomorrow? And just want to say thank you for keeping the Spawncast going. Best thing going on Saturday. Shout out to
I'm actually considering picking it up. I know they're in England, so it might actually be an early start time. Let's see, start time. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Like 6 hours earlier, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that might be good for the afternoon. Yeah, I might check it out. I like the card. I think the card looks pretty good.
Mix says, actually, it started Sword of the Sea. I couldn't put it down for a while. Game's gorgeous. It is, and it's not long. Not a long game. It's on PlayStation Plus, so you can just download it and play it. They said that the PlayStation Plus contract, I guess the money they got from it, saved the development. So there you go. Minata Mario says Mutahara is trying to engineering himself out of his own controversy, but doesn't seem to work right now. Thanks, Minata Mario. Rufflemut says Sonic outdone by Bubsy. What universe is this?
Okay, that's not true.
Metro says John Trails isn't confusing. Sky FC is first, and you play in release order. Everyone agrees. The full series is on PC and PlayStation. Why wait to 2030 for 2 and 3 remakes?
Look at that guy's icon.
Oh,
Mo
with
the Monado.
It's Monado. It's
Monado.
Monado.
Now we just need
That's
Monado Max in here, and we have the trilogy of the Monado.
That's so good. That's the first time I've seen that. Yo, that's awesome.
Formerly Chuck says, good thing Ninja Gaiden 4 isn't on UE5.
Yeah.
Tijo says, Metal Gear Solid and all those other games aren't important. Just play Trails in the Sky, John. I'm just kidding about the first sentence. But seriously, if you set aside time for Sky, you won't regret it. I started up the demo.
Dude, I am so excited for Trails in the Sky, and it looks like they've got everything covered. It's got 120 FPS mode. It's got, if you play the Switch 1 version via backwards compatibility, not even paying the $1, it runs at 60, it targets 60. It's great. There's a Switch 2 version upgrade for $1.
What's with the $1? What's with that?
They gotta charge. They gotta charge something. I think that's what happened there. That they make them charge something.
Well, they probably have to pay Nintendo for the use of their servers to get that update out to people. So they take a loss if they don't. Maybe.
Yeah. So they just charge the low, because like there's been some other weird ones. I think what was it?
I know Fantasy Life had a weird one too, right?
$2 and like
$2.
50, yeah, $2 and like 50 cents or 79 cents or something. So I think they gotta charge something. But either way, dude, Trails in the Sky looks great. It's got a new. Oh man, I cannot wait. I think it's going to be fantastic. September 19th.
Wesley says, "Is this the most disappointing generation?"
I think it depends when it ends.
Yeah, that's true. We still got some time. Still got a couple years.
I'll say this. I think that from a first party standpoint, it can be pretty disappointing between Microsoft and Sony at times. I think from a third party standpoint, there's definitely there's been some really, really, really good stuff. I think I'm enjoying the third party games in this generation a bit more than I enjoyed them in the 8th generation, like with Microsoft and Sony at least.
Yeah, let's see, because we still have a couple of years left in this generation, and Sony most likely will have a couple games to close out the generation before they go to PS6 in a few years. So the PS4 had some good releases right at the end of the generation. So let's see. Let's see. Why are you laughing, Sean?
That super chat. That was just hit.
This one?
Yeah.
Mitch says, off top of my Drag X Drive headcanon is that all Excite bike racers who crashed one too many times formed a basketball league.
Hey, it could happen.
There you go. Cody says, I don't want ultra realistic graphics. I just want a game that looks and performs good. I miss the era of creative artistic design like Final Fantasy IX.
Well, I mean, it is kind of interesting when you see like PS2 games with like internal upscaling and like how good they look. Like, yeah, obviously some of the background textures and stuff, like the character models and stuff. I don't know. It just seems like gaming and games themselves have gotten like so large or something that, you know, there's some sort of like standard that companies feel like they need to hit or something.
Got to appeal to the masses. So
Yeah.
like I feel like they've done enough focus group testing to know that realistic graphics have the best shot at selling a ton. But if it doesn't, all you're left with that is a somewhat generic looking game, actually.
It's so wild to think that like they have those people looking into it and being like, oh, everything has to look way better. Everything has to look as realistic as possible. Yet games like Minecraft and Roblox beat them out like month after month after month. It's like they've forgotten. It's whatever.
Ashoka says, I don't want Square Enix to remake Final Fantasy IX. They would turn the battle system action base, split in parts like FF7 remake, rewrite the plot to make it worse, and censor it. Well,
I mean, you'd be dead by the time it all the parts came out.
I mean, for that one, yeah. To my understanding, this remake remaster thing that keeps being thrown around is more of a 1-to-1 than whatever you would want to call whatever they did to 7.
Square Enix, they're not going to do that because this has been. I've researched it a little bit. I've actually researched it a lot. This has been a colossal failure for them. Not a dramatic failure, but it's been like, I don't know if that's a bigger word to say that. Let me just say this. They'll probably never do this again based off of what happened, especially after Rebirth. They'll never do this again. Remake started out good, but there is evidence to suggest that people felt that they bought Remake because they thought they were getting the full experience. They did not research the game enough. There's a little, like I said, there's not a lot, but there's some evidence that people bought that game because they thought it was just FF7 with better graphics, you know, and they did not get that, so therefore they did not turn up for the next one. They're just like, what the hell, you know? So I don't see Square Enix ever doing this type of thing again. After, I mean, they ousted their president, they got a new one in there, they completely changed focus. I don't think they'd copy that strategy. So I don't think you have to worry, Mr. or Mrs. Ashoka Time. You don't got to worry. This will probably never happen again with Square Enix.
Hey, Tokyo Game Show right around the corner next month. That'd be a good spot for Final Fantasy IX remake.
Yeah, I think they'll finish at the part 3, and that'll be the last time that they'll ever do something because it was I think we can all say now it was a bad idea. Like, don't get me wrong, like the games are good, but I think we can all say at this point, like waiting a whole spanning 2 to 3 generations, multiple games, like $20-something just to play the whole. I think we can all say that was probably a bad idea, you know?
Yeah, they probably should have just done the one, like just a remake, mostly 1-to-1, but you know, reimagine some parts that are not necessarily gonna work going from a PS1 visual style to the PS4 or PS5.
Because you put the game on PS4 that has 120 million install base, right? And then you go to the PS5, and the install base is significantly lower when you release the game. It's like people that played the PS4, do they have the PS5 yet? Like, it was just so. Yeah, don't worry about that, Tano. I doubt they'll do it again.
Let's talk about Gamescom here for a minute. Because Jeff Keighley rolled in with a show that was 2.5 hours long, and there's probably 2 hours longer than it needed to be. This thing went on for a while, I will say that. And looking at the list of games, I feel like if you go through and you pick out a couple, you're like, that's not too bad. Man, if you were sitting through that show, it kept going. It was something. I do wonder, does anyone look at the pre-show and think that it was like about the same or maybe even not say slightly under the main show? Like the pre-show was actually decent.
The pre-show was good because there's a brisk pace. Guys like, hey, here's a dry joke. Here's the next game. And it worked. Like, I like that. Like, okay, you know, get on
2 sentences trailer. 2 sentences trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. The He-Man game looks fucking fire though. And I'm not
I
even
figured
like,
you're gonna point that out, yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, people assume that like I'm a big He-Man guy. He-Man was before my time a little bit. Like, I've never really watched the cartoons. Really, the main thing I know about He-Man is the fucking 4 Non-Blondes cover that I listen to at least once a week and laugh. And I Shave My Legs for You Skeletor from CKY3. Yeah. So like,
I mean, it looks like it
it
lines
looks
up perfectly
awesome.
for a beat 'em up like that. Yeah,
yeah, like
it does.
the
It
art
does.
style is awesome. The sprites are huge. Like, I definitely dig it.
No love for Bubsy 4D.
I got a little bit of love for it because Febrad is making it, so he does Demon Turf. He's a good developer. So and look, it's gonna be better. I know this might not be saying much. It's gonna be better than the 3D game. It's gonna be better than It's gonna be better than that. I'm pretty sure it'll be an okay platformer. I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Just okay.
I will give a shout out to Dench Attack because that game looked ridiculous. That's the one where you're the bus and it's flying all over the place and it's like you're jumping off of different platforms. It looks like almost a skateboard, has like the Jet Set Radio kind of art style to it. It looks absolutely off the wall insane. It looks like a video game. Someone asked me what is a video game, what's it look like? I'd show them that game. It is ridiculous looking. So that was one that caught my eye. LucasArts, the Outlaws game there, the Night Dive remaster.
That looks cool.
That's
I've never heard of that game before.
Neither have I. That's again going pretty far back, and even then, it was kind of like one of those niche PC games. So you're going like way back there. And then Sonic Racing, they had the Crossworlds, they had the crossover with Pac-Man. So, all right, the main show. I'll just throw this in here now. Silk Song was shown because Jeff, I don't know, he had to have it there for some reason. I don't know what that was about. He didn't give us any new information other than it's coming out this year, and then we find out 2 days later it's coming out September 4th. So we have our time. The timetable is set when people can stop asking for it at every single show that happens.
Fuck, that's the best part. That's the best part of that game coming out is that motherfuckers can finally shut up.
They finally play it too, which we had the whole report from Jason Schreier as to why it took so long, and everyone was expecting some kind of like crazy drama-filled story of their backs against the wall, they're in trouble, something. Fights inside the suit. No, like, hey, we were having fun and we were just making the game, and we didn't feel like giving any updates because we were just going to tell people we're still working on it. That was it. Like, it was kind of a boring report because there was no internal strife or something crazy happening. There's three of us. Takes a while to make a game.
They were probably taking time. They were probably relaxing. There was no crunching. They were just probably chilling.
Well, they got that fuck you money.
Yeah, they did.
Shit, we're taking another vacation. Ain't working.
Reason why no Stardew Valley 2, right, or whatever. Money started rolling. He's like,
the sales numbers were that at the time that Silk Song was announced, they had sold 2.9 million copies of Hollow Knight. After that, all the way until now, which is about 5.5 years, 6 years maybe, it was another 12 million copies of Hollow Knight sold. So yeah, then they also had the Game Pass deal with Microsoft for Silk Song, so they got that money, and there's three of them. Yeah, they basically could just hang out. That's it. Just make Silk Song.
They don't got to crunch. They can go in and work normal hours. They can go in, work maybe 6 hours. Oh, I got a family member do whatever. That's probably what happened. People try to say there was some crazy conspiracy theories. No, they were trying to do this, try to build up hype, because I really don't think it was really like that. I think they were just, it's a small team. They were trying to make a great game, and they didn't overwork themselves to death like how a lot of developers will do. A lot of indie developers will work themselves to death, bro. A lot of regular developers will. So they just said, we'll just make it. We'll just make. And that game, if you look at it, it is a step above Hollow Knight, like visually and stuff. It looks fantastic. It looks and it runs great. So
here's the real question right now is, will it live up to the legendary status that it's built for itself just by existing for 6 years for people to be calling for it?
Not for everybody, but I think the game will be better than it will be a better game than Hollow Knight. I don't know if it'll live up to like that. It took that long. I don't know if it'll live up to everybody for that, but I think the game is going to be better than Hollow Knight though.
Let's talk about the game of the show though, please. The game.
Black Ops 7.
I will leave.
I can't believe it when they showed this game.
For
Everyone's
at least
like,
10 seconds of that, I was like, is there a new Fear coming out? What is this?
Dude.
Yeah. I saw it's like, whoa, new Fear. And then it was like Black Ops.
They kept saying Fear in the shit. They were like, the Fear.
With
Fear.
Twisted worlds and stuff. I was like, oh, maybe Fettel's back. He's not actually dead. This will be cool.
Nope. Not at all. It was Black Ops 7, and it's I don't know what they're doing right now with this franchise. They got roads twisting up into the air.
The
You're
giant
teleporting
at the end, climbing the building like King Kong.
This is not what I remember.
If it just
Call
put
of Duty.
Alma down like right on the top of the building, I would have been excited. Nope, just not happening.
And they're still just using Black Ops like that. I feel like eventually they're going to get to. I mean, I thought that last time, but nope. Here they go again with it, where the brand just keeps getting run into the ground, to where people just don't. They're almost numb to it. It's like, oh, okay. But they start thinking of Call of Duty more as just Black Ops rather than Call of Duty Black Ops. So the idea of having these yearly Call of Duty games is you would have multiple studios on a 3-year cycle, and you would show up with something that looked and felt different enough each year. Like it wasn't the same time period or wasn't the same idea or tone setting, something. And they had that one slip up almost with Infinite Warfare, and all of a sudden they got kind of scared. That's kind of what it feels like to me. And then they saw some of the sales of Black Ops and Modern Warfare, and it's just been like those back to back to back for the most part. And it's just kind of boring, to be honest, with Call of Duty, more so than it's ever been. I feel like this is me, but I have a lot of interest in this when they showed it. Let me see. I'm gonna jump down to
The game of
what
the
I
show.
think is the game of the show,
If
and
you
I
say
can't
some-
believe it.
If you say some fuck shit, my button is. I'm hovering over the X.
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Let's go,
I-
baby.
So we heard about this before going into the show. It was rumored, it was going around, and I think it was brought up. I feel like I brought it up to you, Sean, or Nate, or somebody, and it
talked
got
about it.
downplayed a little bit.
Well, it got downplayed because the way that I don't know if you propositioned it that way or the
I
thought.
think I just said Lego Batman game.
Yeah, but I think we were thinking like Rise of the Skywalker, where it just goes
Yeah.
through the movies in sequential order, and there's
Mhm.
no like sizzle to it, which is fine, you know. And that was a decent game for fans of Star Wars. But I don't think you were expecting what's essentially everything from the Batman universe, movies, comics, games, TV shows in a Arkham style world that's actually
Yep.
bigger than Arkham Knight's world.
Yep.
Like I don't
It-
think anyone expected that.
It looks crazy. Like I can't believe coming out of the show, I think out of Gamescom, the best, I would say, new reveal. Not like people are like, oh, we got updates on Resident Evil. Yeah, game looks great. We knew about. I'm talking about like brand new reveals that we hadn't seen before. This, I feel like this was it. It was Lego Batman, which is weird to say again coming out of it, but it's way more than I thought we were going to. It is an Arkham game with the Lego aesthetic.
Yeah.
If you watch the gameplay, that's what it is.
And like I said, it's not following like a set storyline. It's a new storyline, but taking elements from all the source material that there is.
Yep, they named, I think, 6 or 7 playable characters. So they'll have Robin and Dick Grayson, Batgirl, Catwoman, I think Jim Gordon as well. Because I think they showed that in the gameplay. But I mean, you're zipping around like from the Arkham series. They have the same kind of camera angles. You're still doing some of the stealth. When they showed the combos and the counter system, you're racking up like 50, 60 hit combos. It's just like you're playing Arkham City or something. So
Yeah.
this is good stuff. This is great. Looks good visually. Like the graphics are good. Looks clean. I like what I'm seeing here. And the Lego games, as much as we look at them as kind of being, that simplistic style game, they still sell well. People buy them. So
Well, it's
I
all
think-
based on the source material.
that too. But like Batman and Lego combined, we saw what happened with Star Wars and Lego combined. That did very well.
Well,
I
I mean,
expect this to do well
how
too.
fucking long has it been since we've gotten a Batman game?
That is, well, we got Gotham Knights.
That's not a
Not
Batman
bad.
game. That's
We
not a
got
Batman
Suicide
game.
Squad. We got the
That's
games
not a
in the
Batman
universe.
game.
What's the VR Batman game you liked?
Okay, yes, but that's a niche thing because you have to have a MetaQuest.
But you
to-
see what
to
I
have
mean,
it.
right? It's like we're getting games that are like around Batman. It's in the universe, or it's not necessarily mainstream enough with a VR release. And then here comes this game, and you're like, okay, finally,
Yes,
we're getting something after Arkham Knight, basically.
I did
And that's
have
been a while.
I did
10
have a
years?
complaint though.
Mhm.
I didn't like the voices of Batman and Joker. I thought everyone else sounded good. I did, and maybe it's just because I'm used to Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. but I don't know. Maybe I'll get used to it. Whatever. But that's something that stuck out for me. But the positives more than outweigh that. So yeah, that's a day one.
Yeah, 2015 was Arkham Knight, so 10 years. There'll be more next. Just coming out in 2026. So yeah, I get it. There's a lot of pent up demand for a good Batman game, and this one looks like it's it. I do want to point this out, Evan. People were telling me this is one of their hyped games from it. I'm just not into that. Warhammer 40K Dawn of War. Is that a big game on the PC side?
The fourth one, I mean, people are looking into it because the first and second were great. People hated the third one because it played a little too much like StarCraft and had all these issues. But having a fourth one come around is interesting. But I want to know more about the companies because it didn't say anything about Relic being part of it, which I think was the original company that made those games. And I know they kind of lost, I guess, the ability to make them with the liquidation of THQ and everything. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It's a decent RTS, and it looks like, I think my friend told me Last Stand is in it, which is sort of like a co-op. Yeah, you guys try to survive endless waves of enemies kind of situation, which is cool. Could be good, but not like, I wouldn't say hyped because there's too many unknowns would be the big thing.
Okay. Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, that did get a demo. I haven't had a chance to play it. I downloaded it. I've not played it.
I played it PS5 and on Switch 2.
Okay, how was it? Any good?
Very good. Very good. Definitely a big increase, big improvement over the original. Art style is a bit different. The movement is a little bit different. It's kind of like they have like mech bodysuits, not quite like mechs overall. It's kind of like it's like a bodysuit of like a mech, and so the movement seems a bit faster at times, and there's a lot of technical aspects to the game. Like there's a lot of stuff with it, the weaponry and all that, but I really enjoy it. I thought it was really good. It's not going to be a game that I see myself like being super like just sit down on my PS5 and just sit there for 100 hours and play through because it's an open world type of game. So
it is an open world type of game. Yeah, cool.
There's no cross. I wish there was cross save. So I can play it on my PS5 and then play portable because there's a lot of side mission stuff. But the Switch 2 version, it's okay, but it's at 30 FPS compared to the 60 FPS, or maybe even more if you're on PC. It's probably even more depending on your rig. So yeah, there's the trade-off there. But the portability play is nice for all the open world stuff that you got to do in the game, like all the side quest stuff. So because it's a long game, it's not a short game. So yeah, but the demo's there. It actually gives you a good chunk of the beginning part, lets you get into the open world, lets you do lets you go around and introduce you to some of the characters, get you familiar with the battle system and like some of the differences. So yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's going to be good. And it's on a full 64 gigabyte cartridge if you're buying the Switch 2 version here in the West. But it's also, of course, if you want it on Xbox, it's on there. PC, it's on there, and it's on PS5. So this time it's multi-platform from the beginning. And I think the original game never came over to Xbox and PlayStation. I think it's still just Switch 1 and PC. So
yes,
you don't need to play the original game though. You don't need to play to know this one.
There's a demo on PC as well, Evan. I don't know if you're thinking about checking that at all.
I might. I was still a little burned by them because they were part of that whole contingent on the Switch 1 that released a bunch of games early, and we're like, get it on the Switch 1, and then a half year to a year later, it came out that they were also dropping it on other systems.
Yeah. Right. Well, this one, hey, it's gonna be their day one on basically everything. So
you'll probably be able to wait and get it on discount later.
You say that, but I think the first Daemon X Machina is still full price on PC.
Oh, is it? Well, they had sales. I bought it on PC.
They might have had it on a sale, but I remember because I had this weird urge to like try it out on PC.
Yeah.
After a while later, and I saw it was full price. I was like, maybe. Then I checked Switch and found that I had to pay for Nintendo Online to transfer the save file, and I was like, I'm not doing any of that.
I didn't know there was. I didn't even know you could transfer the save file. To be honest.
Yep.
I didn't know. I just restarted it on PC.
There you go, Titanic Scion. You can check out the demo now. It's available. You had, just in case anyone missed it, Fallout Season 2. They talked for like 15 or 20 minutes about this thing for some reason.
Those people
for so long.
For being TV people, they didn't know how to fucking talk to an audience. Holy shit.
Listen, Kevin Nash came out there. You didn't see big sexy Kevin Nash there with them?
Wait, did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, look at the footage.
Are you talking about...
You're trying to confuse him, OJ? What's happening?
He was like NWO for life. He was like, watch Fallout. He was sweet.
I'm not seeing anything from this.
We had Indiana Jones Order of Giants DLC.
Wait,
That's
hold on,
September
Sean. You
4th.
don't think that guy looks like Kevin Nash? Though that guy that came out with that.
I was only half watching the show, so like if it was,
you don't think the guy looked like Kevin Nash?
but no, I'm talking about half watching the event. So like if it was something that I didn't care about, like I went and did something else.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever get watch the trailer and watch like the guy that comes out with like the other actors, he looked like he's one of the show writers or he's one of like he looked like Kevin Nash.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Indiana Jones also going to the Switch 2 next year, so that'll be one to see how that runs. I'm curious how it runs and how it looks.
People said the debut trailer was at 60 FPS.
For that game, was it?
Yeah. I went back and looked, it was, but I don't know if that's the actual footage or anything. But
Interesting.
The debut
Okay.
it looks like it's but once again, it's not the actual, it's just like a freaking moving through that one part, like when you at the beginning of the game, and then like the whole Switch 2 logo pops up. But that trailer is at 60 FPS specifically.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean the whole game will be or anything, you know.
Move over to Ninja Gaiden 4. That looked good. Silent Hill F. 2 games. Chronos: The New Dawn. We've already seen that as well. That's actually out next 2 weeks.
People are kind of excited for that game, though. Looks like people are like looking forward to it a lot. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, like just like you know, kind of like Dead Space-ish. You know?
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll give them credit. They actually brought someone out on stage in the costume. You don't see that very often anymore. You gotta give them some credit there. Going for the live event. Outer Worlds 2. Inzoi DLC. That's a game I feel like it's way out of my demographic, or I'm old. I don't know. Has anyone seen Inzoi at all around?
Oh, I've watched people stream it. I mean,
it's incredibly popular. Apparently,
it's extremely odd Sims. It has a lot of like built-in AI functions and stuff with it too. I mean, they're just pushing it. It's just
in the game.
It's supposedly you can like make textures and stuff by telling the game to do things.
Set up the lights, Sean.
Don't tell Alana. Don't tell her.
We have.
I had to register the joke. I was like, "Who's that?" Oh wait, okay, yeah, now I know. Funny.
Project Spectrum. That's the other one on the list. I had to go pretty far past a lot of stuff. Project Spectrum, new horror PvE tactical shooter. That's about what I took from it.
It looked like crap. Well, it's the old Western version of that. A lot of people still play.
They had like supernatural elements and stuff too.
No, I know that's what it's the Crytek game that came out that someone's going to say in chat because I've completely forgotten about it.
Anyway, I mean, well, you see if you can remember which game you're referring to, but the game itself looked fine, but it still is one of those situations like I've seen this. Okay, thank you, Showdown. Hunt Showdown. But I guess just because of the supernatural elements, it's still PvPvE, so tactical shooter. Ghost Yote. They showed it again, but this time they told us about the Legends multiplayer, which I like the Legends multiplayer in Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm hoping it's just more of the same, just they build it out some. At least you don't have to decide between stealth or like full assault. Basically, it's all kind of rolled into one character. And the idea is you're gonna be working together with people, or I believe they also have just kind of like almost like deathmatch style as well. That is 2026 free update. Resident Evil Requiem. The game looks really good. Almost too good at times. Did you see some of the lighting in that game when they were showing the gameplay? And it's all scripted and stuff, but man, it looked. I just like the use of it's so basic because it's like the flashlight only shows certain parts, but just out of the darkness, the person jumping out, throwing the bag over his head, it was legit like jump scare territory.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the trailer, I mean, I guess I was expecting like a more fleshed out trailer, not just something like that. And then the I don't know if you saw the aftermath stuff that happened where there's going to be yet another giant creature, at least in that first.
Dude, that creature looked crazy. What was that?
I'm kind of becoming of the mindset that I'm getting a little tired of the large creature.
Okay.
It almost feels like maybe that's just for that part, but I don't feel like it is because they've kind of alluded to whoever this is, Lisa Trevor or not. I don't know. Like I feel like it plays a role, but I don't know if I love it being such a central focus.
Well, the rumors have been that Leon is going to be a semi big part in the game. We haven't seen that at all yet.
Right.
So I'm wondering if that part that we're seeing there with this large creature that stalks you is for that section, as you're kind of alluding to.
Right,
because in Village, I think most of us thought we were going to be in that castle with the lady.
Right.
And then, that's what you go through it and you're like, oh, okay, that's part of the game. So maybe it is kind of that where you get through that initial house or whatever with Grace, and then it turns into something else. Although I will say the way that they portrayed her there as being just scared of everything, that does kind of feel like what you would expect Resident Evil to be, where you're not that's the reason why they say you're not going to really play as Leon, like not a focal character, because how can you scare him at this point? He's seen everything.
Right. He's seen everything.
So I do like that idea of her just being scared of it, being like not being trained or anything, and kind of going back to the more horror kind of roots of Resident Evil.
So you enjoy playing as Ashley? Leon.
No, Leon was awesome in Resident Evil 4, of course. That was, yes, but what do you do now? So you have to go to somebody else. But that also leaves, I think, a lot of potential for him to just be this awesome character in Requiem, just kind of all on his own. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Next year, a few months, actually, not too far away. Black Myth Zone Quay. I think I said that right. Sometimes I say it really fast, so people can't really tell what I'm saying. It's a new game from Game Science. It is not DLC, which I'm actually happy for that. I'd rather I don't feel like going back now to Black Myth Wukong, because then I have to learn the whole game again. I spent 40 some odd hours in it. I beat it. I'm good. I don't want to go back and do another 2 or 3 hours of just relearning and retraining.
Did you see the press release for the game? What they said on Twitter or whatever? I
saw that they said it was an early development. We probably won't see it for a while, but
yeah, this is early in development. We don't got any gameplay, but it's thing.
Yes.
I
mean, when they first showed us Black Myth Wukong, it was like 4 or 5 years before it came out after that. So I'm kind of thinking this is a PS6 game, really. So that's fine. We'll get there eventually.
Hopefully we're all live by then. That's great.
Well, if it's 3 or 4 years from now, okay, yeah, like 2029, 2030. It'll come out right next to Fizzant. Kojima's ready for that one, since apparently he's the only person working on that game. Already kind of setting up our 2030, 2031 like library of titles now. Getting the wish list going.
Man, I can't wait till 2030. And I'll tell you guys the reason why after the stream.
5 years from now.
Yeah, I'll tell you the reason. Wait, hold up. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, I can't wait till 20. I'll tell you the reason why after the stream.
Okay. Kicking your kid out. All right.
No, my boy's only how old is he? He'll only be 5, something like that. No, he'll be 7. So no, we're not kicking him out. 10 more years after that.
That was the entirety basically of Gamescom. The cliff notes of Gamescom. Is there anything I missed that you wanted me to bring up? Okay, what do you got?
Halloween?
Was that here? I don't think that was at the show Opening Night Live.
No, I wasn't. You said that was the entirety of Gamescom.
Oh, okay. No. Just Opening Night Live. Anything in Gamescom you want to bring up? Bring it up now. Halloween. That is a good one.
That's going to be the Friday the 13th cure that we've been looking for. You've got a big IP. You've got tons of versions of Michael Myers to use. It seems like they have. Yeah, it's Ilphonic. They probably have the license in order after getting burned on Friday the 13th. And so, yes, I am super looking forward to that game.
Okay, it's been confirmed for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. More information about the launch timeline will come later, but it seems there's still some time before the game's debut. Okay.
Yes.
I see the trailer here. Oh, yeah, this is basically like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but
like,
I mean,
setup. Yeah.
they've done so many of them, and like some of them were better than others. I see someone talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the chat. Like that was fine, but I felt like it lacked content.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we played that for a
tried.
while.
We did. We got more out of it than we should have.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Predator. Evil Dead, no. What else have they done? Killer Clowns, Like I think Halloween is gonna be cool. Wait, it's single player?
Apparently, you can go to a single player system or something. You don't have to play it as asymmetrical.
Oh, but it's multiplayer,
Maybe,
right?
I don't know.
If it's single player, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, if it's single player, then yeah.
Someone's saying single and multi.
Okay, so yeah.
So everyone will buy it, play it single player.
It's a single player
multiplayer will have
story. Okay,
anyone.
that's great. That's more content.
The gameplay seems to follow the classic asymmetrical 1v4 structure, is what it says for its multiplayer.
Although, let's be real, Friday the 13th, you had more than 1v4. It was 1v7.
The presenters highlighted that the game will include both single player and multiplayer modes. Unlike many other stealth horror titles that are only multiplayer, Halloween will feature a story campaign for solo play.
Okay, this is good.
There you go.
What are we talking about here, chat? Come on.
Okay, good stuff. Well, we don't know when it's coming out, but maybe next year. Something to look forward to. That was the Gamescom opening night live with Hollow Knight Silk Song also thrown in there. Was there anything else? Let me see. They wanted to bring up. Let's see. Oh, we had the footage on the show floor that's been going around. Final Fantasy VII Remake was one on the Switch 2 that seems to be doing pretty well. Nintendo Life, I think, says it was running at 40 frames in handheld mode, which is good. Divides well into 120 if they, I assume, are using that with VRR. Good. Elden Ring seems to be going through it right now online, though. And we're looking at off-screen footage for a lot of this stuff. I wish someone could have got direct capture of this thing, because it's such a question mark right now as to how this really performs. Because, people can go up to the screen and shoot 24 frames per second with their camera, like typical recording. I haven't seen any of these be 60 so far that was sent to me. So it's hard to tell at times if the TV isn't synced right with the camera, but there was some stuttering that was in there with the docked mode that I noticed. And the handheld one was kind of crazy because it definitely was visible, but people seemed to not really be able to see it. It was a little strange there too. When I played Elden Ring on the PS5, like 130 hours or something with the DLC included. MVG spent, I think, oh my gosh, I want to say he was like 200 hours in that thing. And the game, when I first played it, was stuttery, and it got better over time, but it did run in the neighborhood of like the 45 to 60 frames per second. So it was definitely on the higher end of that. If this game is struggling like that on the Switch 2, it is not going to be a fun version for people to play, because you will die because of those sorts of drops. So this is something that FromSoft would have to get figured out before launch. I don't want to get that situation where it comes out and it's like what we're talking about with Metal Gear Solid 3, because that will like very much so damage that version of the game. I think it makes sense why they didn't want people to record it, but people are going to record it anyway. And now we know. Well, I don't know why were they even demoing it like that?
Well, I think at Gamescom it was handheld only, but at the Canada event that was also happening, it was docked mode. And that's where the footage is coming from. It's coming from Canada. I really want to make my Scott Steiner joke, but I won't.
Do it.
Oh man.
So I think that's where some of the things, like it does not look great from the footage that we have seen. And I want to get into it, but it's beating a dead horse at this point. There's going to be some ports that are going to be great. There's going to be some ports that are not going to be great. It's the first year of the system. I don't think it's necessarily indicative of the system being tapped out or something like that. These things take time. How long have you had a dev kit? How long have you been working on this game? So on and so forth. My problem is when you have people saying, oh, it's fine. It looks great. Yeah, it looks fine. It's great. What are you talking about? And it's like, like, what's the point of doing that? Like, what are you trying to achieve by doing that? Because if you honestly, and I understand, this kind of goes back to the Metal Gear thing, there's different priorities for different people and stuff like that. But just saying that every single port is awesome and great, like, like what
But they need it to be good, Sean. They need to justify their purchase.
Like that's the only thing I could think of, is that they don't want the system, the Switch 2, to like appear weak or something like that comparative to other systems. And it's like, well, you have games like Street Fighter 6 that look and play great. You have games like WWE 2K25 that look and play great. Obviously, look at the launch of any system. There's always been certain games that excel, and there's been certain games that don't. Like, I don't know. It's such a bizarre mentality to me.
I need to see more of this Elden Ring game. It might be one that I might have to buy it when it comes out and just see how it actually plays at this point.
I will know. I can't, because I don't.
Science.
It's a FromSoft game.
Yeah, you don't like it, but like I spent a lot of time on the PS5. I like it. It's a great game, incredible game. But man, if I can't imagine running that thing at under 30 frames. Like it would be almost impossible. I feel like if you look at the handheld footage that's out there that the person was showing, look at when they press a button and then something happens on screen.
Yeah, that was the
delay looks bad, dude.
Yeah. Like the dude was like spazzing out on the buttons and then like, wait. Oh, here's something happening. And it's like,
yeah, that's concerning.
That's just Elden Ring.
It's not that bad, man.
Longest delay that I've ever played in my life.
Well, you have to get lighter. You have to take your equipment off. So
I'm joking. I know that it's like the footage that I don't really care about Elden Ring, so it's hard for me to actually act like I do, because I don't. I played it on PS5. I played it on PS4 through PS5. It's just not for me. So hopefully they can get it worked out or fixed. The game doesn't have a release date in 2025, so it's probably an old demo build. So we'll see when they actually get the game out. There might be a day one patch. Who knows? So
yeah, I wonder if it's coming out this year at this point. I don't know. I mean, I guess it is. People are playing it.
There's still a ton of games that still need to be dated, and I think they're still trying to figure out some dates. I think some of these games might not even have dates up until the last second, because there's a lot of second half games that are coming out, and they're going to need to be slotted correctly. Otherwise, it's just going to get probably ran over by a certain game.
Very
so
crowded.
I think there's still, it's really, really crowded. I'm actually doing a top 25 games list that I'm looking forward to, and there is so much between indie and between AA and AAA. There is a ton.
Well, next week is MGS3 and Lost Soul Aside, like 24 hours apart. So,
and Kirby, if you're getting the upgrade for Kirby.
And Kirby,
as well.
Yeah. A lot of stuff hitting.
Which that's the number one thing on the eShop right now is the upgrade for Kirby. So a lot of people are getting it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because then we just had the Kirby Air Rider stuff as well, which it was really part of Gamescom, but it was within proximity of Gamescom, so we can go into that as well. That was the morning of, and Sakurai sat down for 45 minutes and told people about Kirby Air Riders, and it very much so reminded me of the GameCube game. I mean, it feels like a continuation of that, like almost all the way around. It looks better, clearly. They have more racers you can play as, which is great, because in the GameCube one, you can still play as Meta Knight, but it was mostly
you can play as Meta Knight and DD, but yeah, it was mainly Kirby because he's the one he could only use copy abilities and the other ones can't. So like the other people sucked, so you pretty much had to use Kirby.
Yeah, so now everybody has the copy ability because otherwise it'd be broken as anything. So you have to do that. They added a second button for the special abilities, so it's not just a one button game anymore. You press the Y button now too, which is cool. It's just funny that was a big thing in the. Hey, you use two buttons. City trial mode is the. Unfortunately, is it a problem?
That might kill their user base, man. That'd be crazy.
That's what he said. He said in there. Unfortunately, I think he was joking. It was Sakurai with his dry humor.
It made sense on the GameCube, I guess, because with the one button was A, and it was this massive button in the middle of the controller. But now you have the buttons are the same size, are all small buttons. But city trial mode, that was the That's the big thing that everyone was looking for, and it's there. And it looks, I mean, again, it looks like a larger, more robust GameCube version. 16 players online. They split them into rooms. It's coming out November 20th. It is $70, and it's 25 gigabytes. You know what? Of all that surprised me, 25 gigabytes. That's the thing that I was a little caught off guard by, is that. But also,
yeah, me too.
The release date, November 20th. I thought this was coming earlier because I had a different game coming out actually that same week. I had Metroid Prime 4 towards like the back end of November. No longer. It's Kirby Air Riders. That is basically their I don't know if they'll try to slot something in December. They might, but Kirby is kind of looking like it's going to be their last real holiday release as they go into the December buying season.
That's not the holiday.
Kirby Air Riders.
That's not the big holiday game, though. The big holiday game is Pokemon Legends. Yeah, that's going to be what sells. That's the big one because that has the bundle, and it's Pokemon Legends, and the previous game sold, I think, 14 million copies. 14. I mean, Kirby's not get anywhere near that. I mean, it's going to probably do well.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I mean, it ain't. Pokemon Legends is going to be the game that people are buying for the holiday. Well, that Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, those are going to be the 3 best-selling ones.
Kirby Air Riders. Though even Sakurai was a little confused that Nintendo wanted to make a racing game after Mario Kart came out this year, but they said they wanted it, so he went with it. Took about, I guess, 3 years to make it or so then, because he talked about it before his YouTube video started uploading. So who's in for Kirby Air Riders? Who's picking it up?
I'll pick it up and play it with my community.
Okay.
I'll buy it to review it, but if I didn't do this, I wouldn't buy it.
I'm picking it up because we're a Kirby household here, so I have to get that.
Like
you could wait. You got 2 sons to play that with. That's awesome. I wish I had 2 sons to play.
Oh yeah, one of them's like a huge Kirby fan, so we're getting an expansion next week too. He's a big Kirby fan. So we'll be playing. He'll be playing that. He'll be playing that. He's actually going to play expansion. He'll tell me about it. How about that?
Yeah, my boy's not old enough yet. I got about another year, so
we'll do some Kirby Air Riders. Yeah, Kirby's popular with the kids, so it's a Kirby household here. But it just reminds me so much of Kirby Air Ride from the GameCube. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting something, another wrinkle in it or something, other than just another button. But people seem really excited for it. That's what they wanted. When I think back to the GameCube, I'll admit Kirby Air Ride isn't the one that I go, that was the game. There's so many other games for the GameCube that I played and then got to Kirby Air Ride. So I'm not sitting here telling you I'm the biggest Kirby Air Ride person. But
I wasn't on the GameCube either. I played it. I rented it a few times. I have it now at this point, just because I got it in a whole pack of games that I bought. But
I have the game. Yeah,
I wasn't the biggest Kirby Air Ride person. I just played it. I thought I was okay, cool. Well, I was into obviously Double Dash. That was like the racing game on the GameCube. That was like
F-Zero.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with Kirby Air Ride is the thing I definitely don't remember much about is the actual racing portion, which is probably a bad thing to say about a racing game. But even Sakurai said during the direct, people don't really think about it for racing. It's like, yeah, people just think of City Trial because it was unique. But
was it unique? Played. Was it unique because there wasn't other stuff like it out at the time, or was it unique because it was good?
You know, that's the thing. I think back on that time period, and it was couch co-op constantly for stuff, and that provided a very different couch co-op experience. Now, would it have been good if it was all CPU characters, or if it was matchmaking online? I don't necessarily think so. I think a lot of it did have to do with kind of the couch co-op fun factor of playing that game with your friends. Like they were close to, like within proximity, you make a whole event out of it. So that's a good question though.
I guess we'll find out.
I mean, they had a whole achievement system in the game too, which was kind of interesting to think about now versus, where we are from then with PlayStation and Xbox having all kinds of achievements and trophies. So I assume something like that will also be in the game.
Oh yeah, it's definitely in there. And Sakurai always puts achievement systems in his games. He always has some form of achievement system in every Smash game. Some form, Kid Icarus Uprising. I think the game on the DS that he did in the Meteos.
Where the fuck is that game on the Switch too? God damn, quit dicking around.
Need to make that game. So he always does some type of achievement system in his game. So there'll probably be some type of a bunch of unlockables and collectibles and content, and that's just how he always makes his games, which is cool.
Okay. Well, coming out November 20th, what do we think that means for Metroid?
Metroid just got an ESRB, so I think it's coming. Some people have said that it can't come because of Kirby, but the game's so different. So I don't think Nintendo would have a problem putting two of them in 1 month. Even Metroid Dread, actually, they put, back in October 2021, Metroid Dread came out the same month as Mario Party Superstars in 2021. So it's definitely possible that they do October or they do November. I think they can do either one, honestly. I think they can shadow drop. What I think is that they're going to shadow drop 2 and 3 in September. And then I think it's going to come either October or November for Metroid Prime 4.
That's the Wii game? What's the Wii game going to be on?
Oh, I think it's just ported. Like they just ported single release, right?
Like 2 and 3.
Like Pikmin.
Oh, yeah. So no GameCube for my Metroid Prime 2. I have to buy it. That kind of stinks.
You have to buy it. Pay up.
But I have GameCube. I have GameCube. Why can't I?
Okay. You're talking about NSO. I was like, what? Yeah. Okay, so you want a GameCube NSO release? That's what you want.
Well, no, I don't really care either way. I'm just being difficult to be there. But I think that is a mentality that some people might have. Is if I have GameCube NSO, but the first one random victory was redone. We're assuming that 2 and 3 are not going to be like that level of
I'm
care.
assuming it's not. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be a double pack, and it's going to be like $50 or $60 double pack for it. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm kind of looking at this thinking, I don't know what Nintendo has coming out either these days. So I'm thinking almost for Metroid Prime 4, like an October 30th release or a November 6th release.
Because Pokemon comes out 16th. So
a 2-week buffer around that.
Yeah, so it could be November. They could do early November, then have 2 games. Because Metroid Prime and Kirby are both not going to be. They're
very different games.
Yeah, but they're not going to light up the sales charts like that. They're going to do well. They're both going to do good. But I don't see them doing better than Donkey Kong Bonanza or better than Mario Kart World for the holiday push. I don't see it doing just if you go back to 2017, I don't know, whatever. Pretty much the best selling games were Mario Kart 8 and Breath of the Wild. Those sold incredible in the holiday season.
Here's the interesting thing though about Prime 4, if you compare it to Donkey Kong, is Prime 4 is going to be on the Switch 1 and the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have a pretty big install base that can buy it.
Big install base, but I think most of the core Metroid fans, they're going to want the best experience, at least the day one, people.
Right.
They're going to want the best experience possible. So some of them could upgrade and just, hey, I'm going to get a Switch 2 now at this point because this game that I want is finally coming out,
Mm-hmm. That should even though it's going to be cross-gen, that should be a game that shows off the Switch 2 well. So
yeah, it looks great. I watched it again because I was talking about the ESRB rating. I know you talked about it too, John, and it looks really good. Looks super clean and nice. Looks like it's going to be Looks like it's going to be really good. I'm interested to see exactly what they do with the psychic powers and stuff. That's what's got me interested.
Let me move over to the PS5 price increase. Because why not? We've had Nintendo and Microsoft both have to make statements and both change their pricing and move prices up for different things. Sony has now announced that, it's now, but it was August 21st when they would start in the US. The PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 Digital, and the PS5 Pro have all effectively gone up $50. So a PS5 with a disc drive is $550, the PS5 Pro is $750, and the PlayStation 5 Digital is now $500. It started at $400 back in 2020 when they added the detachable disc drive to it, made the slim edition. It went to $450, and now it has gone all the way up to $500. So that's where we are. Almost 5 years into the generation, and prices have officially gone up for every system that's on the market. Even if you look back to the Switch 1, that even went up in price. So it is weird times right now in gaming. People are wondering now, because we're getting closer and closer to the end of this generation, what's that mean for the PS6? People are asking questions about the idea of accessories going up, because that they mentioned it but didn't go for it yet. So
it's exactly what you guys are thinking. As someone who's worked a little bit with people that work in tech, I used to get people nice tech jobs here in California.
Where's my job?
Huh?
You didn't give me a
What can
job.
what can you code? Can you do SQL? Can you code?
I can't do shit, dude. I barely can make a YouTube
And I can't
video.
get you a damn job, fam. I know I got people jobs who code and in the tech industry in San Francisco and all that. And at that time, the prices were stable, but I still keep some contact with some of those people, and it is insane. It is absolutely wild how tech is not dropping. A lot of tech is not dropping in price, depending on like what you're doing. And inflation and tariffs and all of that. No, some people don't want to hear that, but that is the main cause. It's not the only cause, but that is the main cause. The main cause is because there are tariffs. There are tariffs, and whatever you imported, it costs a certain price. Then they added to that price. So therefore, there's two options. You either eat the cost yourself, which you can, or you increase the price of whatever you're doing, whatever it is. Those are the two options that you have. If you eat the cost, you're going to make way less, even if you sell just as much. And that's going to come back on the CEO because of shareholders. So, and the CEO could get fired if it's a bunch of times where your profits are going down, even if you sell just as good. So that's the reason why they raised the price, which Sony flat out said it back in May. They were like, we got stockpiles, but we could raise the price. So they did say it back in May. And I said, they're probably going to raise the price because of the tariffs. And that's exactly what happened. So it's unfortunate. Good thing I bought one beforehand.
They're investments now.
Investing in consoles.
It's ridiculous.
Parents bought Amazon.
The problem that eventually these companies are going to start running into is I almost feel like we're going to go back to a part where video games were like a little bit before like the 360. Like think about that generation of PS2, Xbox, GameCube. Like yes, the PS2 sold monumentally, but that was because in part it was the cheapest DVD player on the marketplace. Look at the sales of the GameCube and the Xbox. The market was so much smaller. And I almost feel like you're going to start pricing out these people, the more casual audience that you've been working so hard to get into a console by raising these console prices instead of dropping them, you know? So
no, you're right. Some people are going to be priced out for the beginning, or you're going to have to save up a bit more. It's going to be like, a lot of people are priced out of cars right now too. Like you seen the car prices going insane,
unused or new?
New.
Yeah, see, that's
New
why
prices.
you don't buy. That's why I've never bought a used car. I always used
car, but even used cars prices are wild. So I don't know, man. Yeah, like a lot of people are going to be priced out, or they're just going to have to trade in. You're going to have to trade in more, or when I was growing up, I was broke as hell. I couldn't afford nothing, So I had to save up. I had to work so I can trade in. I'd do whatever I can to be able to play. So it's very unfortunate, though.
It's kind of it's a shame that we're losing that, or at least it feels like we're losing that, like a really affordable system that we would eventually get to years into the generation, where the PS2 or the GameCube, $100 or less or something like that. And you knew, okay, I'm going to get this older system that isn't going to do what the PS3, technically the Wii, but I mean, the Wii was kind of almost sidestep with the motion controls, but like PS2, you're not going to get the PS3 Blu-ray player or the nicer visuals and stuff, but you'll spend $100 and you can pick from a bargain bin of games and you were good, And
that's another thing. You don't get those game sales like that anymore either. People forget, dude. People forget. Like
those are good days.
You get some decent shit around Black Friday. You get some decent shit around, Christmas and stuff, but you don't get those steep game discounts anymore. And I feel like this whole accumulation of different factors is just going to cause a burst at some point in time, especially when you start to factor in the fact that, I think you talked about it, John. A lot of younger motherfuckers aren't buying games.
I said the younger generation, but that works too. Yes, go ahead.
They're not buying shit. So like, you're raising the prices of these systems, you're raising the prices of these games, you're raising the prices of these accessories to keep everyone happy and stuff like that. But it's like at some point in time, I feel like you got to look at your business model and be like, well, something has to give. eventually. You have to, if you got to eat shit for a little bit to, shit out a rainbow. I just made that up, and I think it sounded pretty good. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of the things that they can do is they can maybe for this next generation relax. Like a lot of it's like the graphical progression, right? The graphics progression has been a thing. That's going to be very interesting because Microsoft is saying that they're going to deliver their strongest Xbox ever with the most graphical power ever, with the most thing. And they are so scared right now of the price of the Xbox ROG Ally. Did you hear their justification? We have the date, but not the price. Oh, we're still working things out, guys.
Yeah.
The price kind of got thrown out there for what was that, like 5 minutes? One of the retailers dropped 900 or something like that.
But their official response was, guys, we're still working at factors because of, like I said, the amount of how much tech costs, because of the portability of the system, and because of tariffs. It comes from China. That is a 35% slap on that?
It is from yeah, they are getting a lot of stuff.
It is from China. Yes. So that is the worst place to manufacture right now. Like even like Nintendo moved away from China. They still got slapped like with a 20-something% on freaking Vietnam, dude.
Asus, they're looking to make money on the thing. They're not, what are they going to subsidize for? Asus, they're like, no,
they don't give a fuck. They probably got money from Microsoft to just do the fucking thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're looking at it and it's just like it's all kind of gone to hell a little bit. The prices are out of control. Yeah, I mean it's going to be about $1,000 for that Xbox thingy. If you want a dock, like if you want a dock, it's going to be. I think the dock is 100. That's what
they had the regular ROG Xbox Ally, the one that the white model.
There's the that was $599.
That one's $550 from what I've seen, and they were showing it's like 720p machine with the screen, and people are showing it running Forza Horizon well. But you buy that, you're gonna go, I kind of want that Ally X though. You're gonna be looking right at it, like it has like twice the battery, it's way stronger. It's clearly the flagship model that they're focusing on with the software.
I saw people bitching about the LCD screen too at that price.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's
the problem, like LCD. It's like LCD. Like I think that it has VRR, right? I think the problem with OLED and like VRR, there's an issue. There's an issue there.
Yeah, there's still one. It's cost either way. You equip an OLED with VRR, all of a sudden it gets even more expensive. But it's LCDs just seems to be more compatible for these handhelds right now. With that, I mean, it could change in a few years as tech does. Yeah. But it's eventually I had to put a limit on it and go, guys, we don't really want to go above $1,000. It is weird to spend $550 on a handheld, and that is the good enough version. It is very strange for that,
especially when you can just buy a pre-existing one that is on the marketplace right now. You can buy it used if you have to, get it for cheaper, and do everything that this system can do. Now you do lose out on the Xbox button and the little color buttons, and I know that that's very important to a lot of people. The grip, yeah, because you can't buy a third-party grip or anything like that. Those don't exist.
We need those real-world benchmarks with that for the Z2 as well.
Do we really?
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. I mean, the ROG Ally is a good handheld.
I mean, it's not but it's niche. It's niche. The Steam Deck has the power of Steam behind it. Had front marketing on Steam with millions and millions of hundreds of millions of players. Motherfucker sold 4 million in 3 years. Like, come on, dude. There's not a big market for it right now. It's a very niche thing. And I just think it's so corny how Xbox is like, this is the future and blah, blah, blah. And you got all these people at Gamescom like taking pictures, photo ops. This is so cool. It's like, are you being ignorant because you don't know that ROG Ally exists outside of this? Or are you just being ignorant because you're being stupid? Like, it's just
the Xbox branding, just like, with this, but maybe that's what's getting them in the Xbox branding. But I feel you on that one.
Like it's just it's so lame.
But everything's raising, man. Everything. PS5 price went up. They kind of did, like we talked about this on the pre-show. They kind of did like a little sneaky price increase on the PS5 digital. Maybe you caught this, John. But like that thing was $400 at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it went from $400 to $450, and now it's gone up to $500 from there.
Yeah, but people didn't really talk about that $450. Guess because there was like a slip. I forgot, how did they do it to where
they did this? they released the slim model with attachable disk drive, and they reintroduced it at $450. So they did kind of slip the press release out there with that, and people didn't necessarily catch on. And I think they put it out there as now it can be equipped with a disk drive later if you go with this model.
Yeah. So
whereas
like
the original digital couldn't.
Sucker, that's the movie Sucker Punch from Pokemon. It was a little sucker punch there. Okay, yeah. So now it's like what it is, 500, it's 550, and it's 750.
Baseline price is 500 for the PS5 now. Brand new if you walk into a store. Yes.
I don't know how they get this done with this next generation with the PS6. Like I know you said something about subsidizing. Man, they're gonna have to pull out like a master plan for this.
Here's the thing. Like you're not making much money on consoles anyways. Extend this fucking generation. Focus on software.
I think that's a good idea.
I think one of the biggest problems with gaming right now is when you look at how much companies made on hardware, that's never been like a real focal point. It's always been on the software. But if you don't have a bunch of software coming out like you've had with previous generations, you're not making the money up there. And it's like, microtransactions have kind of overridden that. Like your GTAs, your Fortnite, or GTA Onlines, your Fortnites and shit like that. Like that's kind of overridden it. So you're getting residual money from that. But I just feel like the focus is just so out of whack right now with the entire industry. And they're just going to do what they want to do. And at some point in time, people are just going to be like, I'm not buying this. I mean, what's the percentage of people that played on PS4 that hadn't upgraded to PS5 yet?
They just recently got past the majority was PS4. They've recently gotten past that. So now it is majority PS5, but it's taken 4+ years to get there.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. The optics are just, they don't give a fuck. They give a fuck about them and their shareholders. And it's just like,
do you think that there is when you look at the current competition right now, and Sony is clearly looking at Microsoft as
what competition?
Exactly. Yeah. So there is, I think, almost like a lackadaisical nature. And then they report that they made a bunch of operating revenue is like $1 billion this last quarter. I think there is that sense of, well, we don't want to give this back, so the price is going up. What are they gonna do?
It's just, it's disgusting to see. It's the people that champion it, like, look at how much Sony has made. Look at I don't care. I don't care what these companies are making. Are they making games? I'm a consumer at the end of the day. We're all consumers. We should be looking forward to the games, looking forward to the experiences. And when some of the experiences and games have been somewhat questionable this generation, when I'm seeing studio closures, when I'm seeing big games like Perfect Dark just fuck this game, let's evaporate it. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking questions about it. There's nothing wrong with not gobbling the corporate, walking the corporate line and just asking questions. We've become this society where it's like, if you ask, you're a hater. It's like, I'm asking a question. I just want a little bit of clarification here because this seems odd to me as someone from the outside looking in.
Yeah. I would look at it. My for those who don't know, my mom ran a little shop, arts and crafts shop back in the day, and she would import African arts and crafts, and she'd import like some Chinese stuff and all that. And I've seen what the swing on a very small scale. This is in the early 90s. I've seen what the imports can be and how much it costs. I used to go to Los Angeles with her, and it is fudging expensive, man. And that's on a small scale. That's on like I said, she's importing little African, dolls and little elephants and little Chinese paintings, and she would pay a freaking arm and a leg to bring that crap in, man. And I saw her struggle with that. So now, obviously, we're not a mega billion-dollar corporation, but I've just seen how the swing can be when you pay, let's just say $7 for this. Now all of a sudden they come, oh no, now it's 15. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, what? Wait, what? So now you're thinking, now we got to raise our price, and now we got so I've seen it kind of like on that level, on a very, very small level. So with these corporations, I'm not defending them, man. I don't listen, man. I want stuff to be cheap. I want stuff to be, good priced and all that. But I mean, like, we also gotta call it for what it is. Like, we've got someone that's just slapping tariffs all over the place and disrupting it. That's really making it hard. You know what I'm saying? Like if the tariffs weren't slapped on there, this probably wouldn't be happening. Would the prices go down? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think they would.
And the reason why, and I see what you're saying, and the reason why I say maybe is that the problem is that you have somebody that's unpredictable. If this person was predictable, I think they'd feel more comfortable, but he's not. 1 minute it's this, next minute it's high, next minute it's low, and then it's this. He goes up and down. He just does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, but the Nintendo Switch 1 never got a price drop.
I know, exactly.
And that was, a different regime and stuff like that. So,
well, no, in 2019, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo all wrote in saying, please, we need you to stop. Like, don't, like, they all joined forces, like the Captain Planet.
I remember.
Yeah, to say, hey, look. So even then, they were concerned about it in 2019. 2018 was probably they're drafting it up, and 2019 they wrote that in. So it's been a concern for a half decade plus about this individual, about the unpredictability about what he's doing. I agree with you. Yeah, like Switch 1 never got a price drop, stuff like that. I mean, they introduced a cheaper model, a $200 model, but never got a real price drop. And now Xbox Series and all that never got a real price drop. You can equate that to inflation if you want to. There's been inflation on a lot of different products when it comes down to it. So like Walmart, Home Depot, blah, 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 a lot of their products, those never went down too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and there's been price increases in lots of different sectors. So like I said, I hate it. I don't like it at all. It sucks when you go to anything, like it's more, and I totally see what you're saying, Sean. Like I totally see what you're saying, but the unpredictability and the inflation rise, and that is where what I'm looking at, if someone who's worked at corporate business, like that's worked there before, I'm looking at like, dude, this guy, like, I have no idea what he's going to do. Am I going to start dropping it? Then all of a sudden he slaps another one. Then I got to start raising it back up again. Am I going to start going back and forth? Like, and I think that's probably one of the major concerns as Sony was befuddled on, talking to like, well, we could move our manufacturing to the US. I mean, we don't know. We'll look into it. They didn't know what the hell to say. They seemed confused on what to do.
Switch 1 never got a price drop because of the pandemic component supply shortage. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for yelling.
That created inflation, right? That created more so supply and demand and inflation as well. It
ruined the Intellivision Amico too. I guess my whole thing is, you were talking about the small business aspect of it.
Yeah,
definitely understand that. I see it with all these smaller wrestling collectible figure companies that I do business with. But when I see a company saying, we got these record profits, we got to raise the prices, it will never sit well with me. And, it is what it is, though.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. It's hard because, man, like, if you're in their shoes, would you just say we're eating the cost? If you have a bunch of profits that go way low, they're probably going to oust you. If it's not what they're just going to oust you. So you're going to be out of a job. Like, look at the Target CEO. They kicked this bitch ass out. Like
be Sean Layden 2.0, kicking and screaming out of the building.
They kicked this bitch ass out. They were like, all right, man. No, they were still profitable, but it wasn't good enough because inflation, because of tariffs, and they weren't making that up. So even if you do good, so if we were in their position, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the Sony, like, John, I got to ask you. So, John, if you're the CEO of Sony, what would be the plan for you with the current situation?
My job's on the line?
Yeah, your job's always on the line.
Oh, the prices are going up. My job's on the line. Whoa, hold on a minute.
But that's human nature. That's the selfishness of human nature.
This man didn't even hesitate.
I'm a Sony CEO.
You got kids. You got kids
detached from reality is. Come on. He's not seeing anyone who's being affected by those prices. He's going home to the 80th floor
until the guy comes back with the milk he ordered
from
the grocery store down the street and goes, "What's up with that?" He's not going to care.
Somebody in the chat was asking what I was drinking.
Yeah,
are we talking about the analog?
What you can go ahead and talk about. I did want to bring up Valve's console real quick, and then we can do the super chats in your analog 3D diatribe to end the show. I mean, technically, the Valve console kind of plays into the idea of this somewhat. I know you mentioned, Sean, that the Steam Deck, the PC handheld scene in general is more niche, right? With the Steam Deck standing above the others, but 4 million or so selling. So the idea here would be that Valve is long rumored to working on a console or a PC like console box and releasing it into the market. Well, we had a recent benchmark that was spotted online, and along with it, we seem to have specifications for it that also appeared. Now, this again has been covered for a while. I've been following along with it for a bit too, waiting for something like this to pop up, because this starts to come together a bit to where I kind of think this is getting announced before the end of the year. And it's supposedly something that would stack up alongside of, say, the PlayStation 5. So it would have a stronger CPU. It's a 6-core AMD Zen 4 CPU and an RX 7600 GPU. Trying to figure out the RAM stuff, but right now those are the two key components that people are looking at. And it would have its own new redesigned Steam controller that looks very similar to a Steam Deck without the screen. So it still has like the touchpads and stuff on it. Anyway, this is something that would probably be a 1080p to 1440p box that would upscale to 4K and would be in a small form factor that would sit in your entertainment center. Probably would be a bit smaller than the PS5. Like, it's not gonna be anything large like that. Maybe closer to an Xbox Series S if I had just kind of placed the footprint of it. So the question would then come down to pricing, because when you boot it up, it would most likely look like your Steam Deck just on your TV. So it would have a console-like appearance. And yes, you could probably use it for emulation, all that stuff if you want. I think if they could get this thing out at $500, it'd be somewhat compelling.
What's the storage on it?
That's another good question. Something else we need to know. I think that and the price are the two question marks. If it's
what's
512 gigabytes, is it a terabyte? You know?
And what's the storage medium on it? How do I expand storage?
It'd probably have a number of USB ports and stuff on it. USB-C. I don't know if it had an SD card. It would probably just run off of USB, and you would plug in an external hard drive for either to load your ROMs, like you probably would want to, or just to load your Steam games that you would have saved.
Nah.
Yeah. I think looking at this, if it was something that was somewhat comparable to a PS5, but gave you access to Steam, free online basically, and then the freedom of PC, I think it'd be somewhat compelling at 500. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that performs. And I'm wondering if people who aren't in the PC games would be more interested in that than people who are, because if you're into PC games, you have a nice PC you can play your stuff with anyway.
Where's it sold? Amazon.
The
Best
key thing
Buy.
is going to be, is it Amazon? Is it Best Buy? Is it Walmart? They're not aiming for people to move over. They're aiming for new people.
They always sell it on Steam. That's how they always do it. I think it'd be a good idea to get something like this into a retail store like a Best Buy or a Walmart or a Target. But they've just been sick because, Valve being a private company, it's like, whatever. Like, that's the one benefit of Valve. They do weird things because they don't have to go talk to shareholders every quarter or something. So I would like to see them get this into a retail store and have some more front-facing visibility to the mainstream consumer. But it might be something that they sell just like the Steam Deck. But I would like to see it. And I think I would pick one of these up. I think it'd be kind of cool to have one just to try it out.
You buy everything. You're buying Elden Ring on the Switch too.
I may have
to. Hey, look, this looks terrible. Oh, I gotta buy it.
I might have to. Evan, if this came out, would you be interested in buying it?
My TV is right there. My PC is right here. No, I don't care.
There you go. How many emulation boxes do you have now, Sean? Do you need another one?
No, I have too many. If anything, they're just scattered. I find them randomly.
Well, what's the reason you're not a big PC gamer? Is because you got to sit at your desk.
That's I don't eliminate like that.
You set it up on your TV.
Well, I could do that with my Steam Deck. I can do that with my ROG. I still don't do it.
Yeah, but this would be more equipped for it. It would just be better, be stronger, be able to run games better.
But a lot of it's all down to like almost market for it. Like what you have for it already. Because we've been through the PS3 era, which is kind of where the whole for the Xbox and the PlayStation, that's where like, oh, let me buy this game online for like $2 kind of really came into play. So you've already got libraries on all these things. Why would you move to any other system if you've already built up a library on them? And if you're just picking up a PC console, then you're going, oh, let me start buying into this other marketplace over here and have to like repurchase all this old crap. And I don't know. I don't think that's worth it for people.
the digital library is starting to become a problem for.
It's an anchor.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It is. It is. It's like getting people to go to another platform, and Sony never did or hasn't done their PC launcher that would bring your purchases over from PlayStation.
No, they're not doing. If they do a launcher, it's gonna be you have to rebuy it on PC, 100%.
Shareholders.
Microsoft didn't play anywhere.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you'll get your save file. You'll be able to play your save
there.
file, but you have to buy that PC license.
All right. Well, let me let Sean do his analog 3. Let me get the AJ MP3 though. Dropped a very generous super chat here. Says, thank you, OJ, for speaking so loudly about tariffs. Recently, everyone is scared to admit how our government is trying to self-sabotage its own people for their benefit. Taxation without representation is theft. America is under attack. P.S. Analog 3D is never coming. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, OJ. Let me give fence sitter John the money.
What?
Listen, man. Listen, I'm not trying to get too political or none, but a lot of people voted for this and they don't want to admit that they voted for this and they want to make excuses. There is a large number of people. So I will say that, and that's about as far as I'll go. This is what you wanted, so you can't complain. But
Twitter is very welcoming for this kind of
make scapegoats.
Discussion. I've seen it.
You'll make scapegoats for what's happening when people told you, no, this is exactly what's going to happen, because we saw it back in 2019. There was a full letter that was written that everybody saw. So we all knew. Well, some of us knew. But like I said, it is what it is, man. It's what's done is done. What can you do? You got to just move forward, right?
Shout out to AJ MP3.
Shout out to AJ.
Sean, let me get these super chats pulled up here while you do your analog 3D diatribe. Go ahead.
These motherfuckers.
This guy's been waiting this whole time. Go ahead.
The scum of the earth. I always say they are the worst company in retro gaming, not because of their products, because of their business practices. You told me in October to pre-order a system that is coming in Q1 of 2025. I did not make up that release window. You made up that release window. Of course, Q1 2025 came and went after the pre-orders were accepted, and you decided, we need some more time. So you delayed it. And then you needed more time, and you delayed it again. But you said, you know what, guys, it's coming out in August. Trust us. It's coming out in August. The emails were sent to content creators saying, hey, we're shipping these out on August 15th. Review embargo is September 1st. I was not one of those content creators, obviously, but I know several people who received that email. And then the shipping labels just sat there. People started asking questions, wonder what's going on. And then on August 20th, you cocksuckers, after saying that it was coming out in August, said, you know what? It's 99% done. The system is done. The packaging is done. Everything is done. There's just 1% that we got to still work on. So it's going to be Q4 of 2025 now. So almost a year after you said it was initially going to come out, and I still don't believe it's coming out in Q4 of 2025. Here's the biggest fucking problem. You have done all of these delays, and every single delay, you have not done the one fucking thing that people have been asking for. Show us a goddamn game running on the system. You can't say, oh, we'll just, use a Mr. FPGA core for the N64. It's going to be the same. Wrong. It is not going to be the same, because they have been developing this core themselves for over 4 years by their own accord. They are the ones saying this will output onto your 4K television. What does that mean? Are you saying that it's just going to output onto my 4K television like my cheaply modded HDMI N64 is? Or are you doing something with your FPGA core to enhance the visuals of the game? That feels like something I should know by now, because this system was supposed to come out multiple times. Oh, and they try to garnish sympathy from people. Oh, we have to deal with the tariffs, but we're going to eat the cost. I don't give a fuck. You told me it was coming out in Q1 of 2025. You've been fine if you hit your initial release date, but you did not. I feel no sympathy for you. I feel no sympathy for a company that cannot show me the product working almost a year after they have taken pre-order money. There is something seriously wrong going on here. Something has fucked up. If the system is done and the packaging is done and it's ready to go, but there's a 1% thing, and you tell me what the 95% is, or the 99%. You tell me what that consists of. But there's 1% that's the problem that you don't tell me about.
They're very vague about that.
Huh?
They're very vague about that. Just 1%.
Dude, the
1%.
whole fucking email reads like something that was written by AI. Like there's very weird words and very weird phrasing in there and stuff like that. Show people the goddamn system. Show people how the goddamn system runs. Oh, they can't because Nintendo licensing. Are you stupid? Show a third-party game. Show No Mercy. I don't think that WWE is going to be knocking at your door. Hey, this game that we don't sell anymore on a platform that hasn't existed in 25 plus fucking years. How dare you show off gameplay footage? Nobody gives a fuck. There's no reason for you not to show footage unless there is a problem.
Yeah, it's weird to me that no one at their office thought, hey, we have to delay this thing. We should probably just show them, like, alongside the delay. Let's just put some footage out of us. Let's live stream it. That'd be the best way, right? Let's live stream it. Let's just pop games in and out. You put something over it if you need to, like a cover. I don't know.
The M64 has shown more footage than this has. And the M64 only had a little teaser trailer. Here's the thing. If I what's that dude's name? Carson Palmer Lucky Cannon.
Palmer Lucky.
Okay.
Palmer Lucky.
If I'm Palmer Lucky,
Carson Palmer, that was the quarterback for the NFL.
If I'm that
dude, he played for the Arizona Cardinals. He played for the Bengals, Cardinals, Raiders, and maybe somewhere else. And he went to USC. He was a freaking god tier USC quarterback.
And now he's fucking up the analog N64.
No. If I'm him,
Palmer,
you know what I'm doing? I'm putting all my time and effort and money into my M64, and I'm getting footage out there, and I'm getting a release date. Doesn't matter if the release date is Q1, Q2 of 2026, because it's only $200. And if I show my product before Analog does, and Analog says, "Oh, you can get a refund," if I'm a general consumer, I'm taking my $250+ from Analog and I'm putting it on that system that showed me gameplay. That dude needs to get in contact with me. I'll come up with a fucking plan for him. If he's in a reasonable state to show off the system and announce a release window, bro.
Through the RGT channel.
But RGT, you'd have to come to California. Carson Palmer, he's in California, so you'd have to cross.
No, he got fuck you money. He got fuck you money.
He won the Heisman Trophy. He won the Heisman Trophy at USC. He was a god tier quarterback, so you have to cross over to California here. So you willing to do that?
No. Palmer Cannon.
Palmer Lucky.
No.
Palmer Lucky.
No,
he's
Palmer,
got you money. But Carson Palmer has fucking money too. He could fly out here and hang out.
He doesn't come to you. Come to Carson Palmer.
I'm trying to make him money. I'm trying to make him money.
He was the first overall pick in 2003. Okay, you come to Carson Palmer, not the other way around.
Who's that other dude? The guy from the Colts that just partied the whole time?
No, that was Johnny Manziel.
Manziel. Yeah, Manziel. Yeah. I'd hang out with him.
I know you'd hang out with him.
That'd be a good time.
Palmer, I mean, hey, you get a Palmer Lucky. You can do the mod retro, the M64 reveal. There you go. They're going to license and make new games for the 64 as well. They did it for the Game Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Yeah. Go through some of these super chats as we finish up here. Lustria says, does anyone think PC hardware manufacturers notice or care if a new game release is unoptimized on day one? Hardware sales on the line for them. I feel like hardware manufacturers just constantly come up with ways to sell stuff through pretty much just like fabricated and overblown stats and frame rate graphs that aren't actually that in the real world. Like half the time it's like, look at all these settings we have that are on to make the frame rate go up 30%. Then you get the card and you're like, oh, there's a reason I still have a 3080 Ti. It's video cards now are just kind of boring, to be honest, when they get announced. It just hasn't been. I remember, Evan, you were so excited when you got that AMD 50 or the ATI.
Oh, the ATI card we tried out.
Dude, you're so excited for that thing.
But then Bad Company 2's load time on it to get into any game was like a minute and a half instead of the 10 seconds my old NVIDIA card was.
You got the GTX 770 and you're really excited for that tip. That's what I mean. There was actual excitement back then. Not as much.
Nah.
Not as much. Slump says some support from the chat. Mitch says off topic, but that's the one with the excite bite. Thank you. Noah says, with the recent success of video game TV shows, do you have any expectations for Madden TV show that's coming out?
Hey,
There's a TV
Giants,
show
baby.
for that coming out.
Giants,
Madden
baby.
TV.
Let's go.
Is that just the NFL season started? Madden
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah, Giants. Let's go.
Zoop says can't play Trails, and my 7 gotcha started in 2024. Renato Mario says nearly all Trails games are on Switch 1, 2, but Cold Steel 1 and 2 are still Asia only. Hope they get localized. Potential Switch 2 version, maybe. Scott S says, RGT, has DSP ever acknowledged you? Your impression is pretty spot on. Sometimes I join his streams to send him 5-cent donuts.
No, I've never actually like been in his stream and talked, but I would like to do a. He said that he would do like a chat with Wings. It's like, come on, dude, do a chat with me. I would just like to pick your brain for a little bit. I'll be nice. Like, I won't be a complete dick. I think that
should chat with you. That
I think that would be fun.
I've only been banned one time from a channel on YouTube, and I was banned from his channel. That's the only channel I've ever been banned in a live stream for, because he was bitching about something, and I'm like, why are you making excuses? You know, because he was, and he got so angry. He was like, play the right thing down, yo, well, screw you, you're banned.
Man up, little boy. Banned.
I was just like, okay. And then all the troll channels picked up on it, and I'm like, look, he banned a verified content creator. That's why nobody likes him.
Hey, somebody get that trending. Hashtag DSPRGT.
Let's go.
Let's get it going.
Listen, if you reach out to him, just please involve me.
he doesn't have his DMs open on Twitter, so I can't.
You got to email him.
Oh.
Yes, email. Yeah, but just please involve me.
DSP at AOL.com.
It's Hotmail. That's how old this is.
Hotmail. Yeah.
That's good. That's
He's
good.
using Hotmail.
You
know? So yeah, he's got a Hotmail.
Man.
If you email him, he'll respond.
Hey,
I
would
there it is. DarksidePhil@hotmail.com. All right.
Come on, let's go.
Put me.
There you go. Sean's in. All right. Looking forward to that stream. That'll be good. The Robot Chicken says MGS Delta is just trying to give players the MGS 3D frame rate experience. Oh yeah, good old 3DS version. Later Storm says I want a Legend Dragon remake. That game is slept on. I am playing it through an emulator. Very nice.
Sony's not going to spend the money.
He just says, I'm actually waiting till after Horizon to play Sky. The only thing that's put me off of Sky so far is the controls coming from Daybreak. Command battle controls are weird and you can't rebind them. Kat says, who's a bigger Hogan fan, RGT or OJ? So OJ cosplay and RGT video.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
That was like a year ago at this point.
Hey,
okay.
Long time viewer.
Yeah.
Teacher says, plus I already played Sky on PSP. No need to play the remake right away unless they change the ending or something.
They've got
like 80 hours, so
they've got a bunch of new content in the game, by the way, Tijo. So
Isha Boy says, ever use Internet Archive to read 98 to 03 retro mags? I did, because I did a video on older magazines at one point, and that was a good place to get screenshots. So worked well. Tijo, any recommendations for a 4K OLED TV? Apparently, the C6 has issues with HDR brightness in game mode, or so I hear. The C5, I just got a C5 right here because it went on sale. So the C5, very bright.
That C5.
It was marked down like 40% to like 1500. The 65-inch.
Pretty good.
But it's very bright. So that's probably the one. I've been waiting a while to upgrade this TV specifically, and it finally got bright enough with the iterations and cheap enough with the discount. So yes, the C5, and it'll get probably even cheaper this, Christmas and holidays and stuff with Cyber Monday. Gaming says this old Sea Dog has a pretty good buzz right now. The more I drink the beer, better you guys look. Okay, with the exception of Evan. Oh, what about Evan? I'm putting Evan through. Evan rifles through editing like no other. He's very good at that, and then he also has to deal with the chat every Saturday night. So he looks PO. Please don't hurt me, Evan, sir. Picklework says I went single player and it was similar to Silent Hill. David says my past super chat manifested Kirby Air Riders. Rufflemutt says I fear Switch 2 going to have same issue with third party. We'll see. Still early days. David says, by the way, never use the default camera app on Windows 11 to record a talking head video. I couldn't salvage anything. Shuttering audio sped up A-roll. Speedball camera with it. DC Fat Cat says we got a 141 2/3 chance of disappointment.
Spells disaster, sacrifice.
David says, Aya Neo Pocket DS or Aya Thorn. The Pocket DS looks cool. Man, it's the pricing on these things. They have not got. I did get one handheld that I want to do a video on, and they did something with the aspect ratio for a DS games, but it looks super weird. It's a weird looking handheld, but it's cheap. TJ says, was I the only one expecting KR Car to be shadow dropped? Is anyone expecting that?
I don't know what that is.
Shadow dropped
here in my car. I feel safest of all.
Tijo says on GameCube NSO. I meant.
TV
Oh,
Robo.
No, he wants a single player game on. What?
Oh, Kirby Air. Okay,
Kirby Air Ride.
Oh,
on NSO.
Dude,
Yeah, I see.
Damn on that abbreviation, bro. Come on.
Callan Shaw says, wondering what year you think PS6 comes. 27, 28, 29, 30.
Hopefully never.
I think it'll probably be 28, but people keep saying 27.
Dude, after having a PS5 Pro, I'm thinking, do we need one anytime soon? The PS5 Pro is a nice, powerful system. And it's $750 now. Do we need
But it's not going to have the hyper special audio chip the next one will have.
Dude, I don't know. I think they kind of screwed them. Not that they screwed themselves, but I think that the PS5 Pro was not. I think it might be thinking that it wasn't needed, and it's going to make the next jump maybe less impressive. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking at this point because it's already so good and it's $750.
Yeah, they got to get rid of it. They got to discontinue that thing and bring in a PS6. That's what they got to do. As sad as
Make sure to get it early because they're going to raise the price on it after.
Right. Get that investment in, Sean.
It's going to be a rare system in the future. Like few people are going to have it, and if you have one, it's going to be worth a lot of money. I bet one of these days.
What if that's the new marketing strat is to always raise prices after a year? Because then you just force everyone to want to buy it as quickly as possible.
PS4 Pros are actually kind of pricey though, aren't they? Like to get like a PS4 Pro or like an Xbox One X, are those? What I haven't looked at the second market prices for those, but I know that they didn't really drop in price a lot, right?
I think the PS4 Pro is still kind of high. I think it's like I think it's still in the mid 2s to 300 somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
Ket says, y'all hype for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Trilogy's back. I am.
It looks pretty good. There's a lot of games, man. It looks good. All on cartridge, too.
Supported Sicilian Gamer says, can the Spawncast do a charity stream with the completionist? Well, Rip King Cobra.
That man's missing. I saw him on a milk carton box the other day, man. Where's
man. I heard that dude's like his girl left him and shit. Like,
oh man.
Yeah, I done heard a few things.
Maybe you can. I won't say that.
The category says play only city trial mode. It's good, Sean. # best mode.
We'll see.
Adam says soon you will have to be filthy rich to play games.
Zoop says like poor people around here.
Super says Nintendo has top handheld nonstop since 1980. Sterling Jones says doesn't play Lost Odyssey. It's not an Xbox. Lady KD, $1. Shout out to Lady KD. And Motor World Hype says RGT is right because of the pandemic. It feels like PS5, Xbox Series generation barely started, and we're already talking about PS6. Let's ride this gen out longer with better games.
Maybe Sony and Xbox had a role in the pandemic because they didn't have games.
Conspiracy hat coming on after 11 o'clock. See what happens.
Tinfoil comes out.
You know what's gonna be crazy is that that PS5 is still gonna be around anyway in like 2030.
PS4 is still around.
You know, yeah, it's just now being talked about being sunset. It's crazy. Cat Corgi says gaming too expensive now. Gonna go back to my Sega Saturn. That's an expensive system.
I hope you have a Saru for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. You could do that. Superman says my Gamescom week was spent with my backlog, Witcher 3. A few here. Let me finish up as we go around. Sean, RGT, where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me on RGT85. I see lots of people asking about the after show. I have now fixed my sleep schedule. And so I go to bed much earlier now. This is actually pushing it for me. Usually I'm in bed lounging at this point in time.
Yes, sir.
So maybe one day it'll come back, but not today.
The older you get, the more you got to just go to sleep early, man. And I know people say that and they kind of like joke and mean, but it's actually true. Like you can do that shit in your 20s and all that, but by the time that you get to your 30s and it's like man, you can't be just staying up or you're gonna just feel like shit all day. You're not gonna be able to get work done, you know. Like,
I realized, Sean,
I gotta go to sleep early. I can't even stay up, man. I gotta go to sleep. So I used to be able to stay up all night and play video games. I can't do that shit anymore.
I realized, Sean, in a couple weeks we're gonna find out about Metroid Prime 4's release date, and I'm gonna have to buy you the game. It's been that long. Isn't that crazy? It's been that's how long it's been. Isn't that crazy? I just realized that.
Physical
Vampire Slayer says, totally disagree with OJ on the tariffs not being a thing, that prices would go down or stay the same. They wouldn't. They have been planning the increase for a while. Look at the PS5 itself. They incrementally increased it.
Yeah, but what you're saying is you're completely invalidating the fact that tariffs did increase the price, and the fact that everybody else's prices increased because of tariffs. It's not just Sony. Sonos, the headgear, they increased it because of tariffs. Walmart, Home Depot, variety of people, small businesses. You can be ignorant and put your head in the sand all you want to, Vampire Slayer, or you can defend your Lord and Savior. But I'm telling you right now, it's because of tariffs. You don't know economy, you don't know business, and I don't know what else to tell you, fam. But that's just what it is. You got to deal with it.
Elliot says Gamers Nexus did a great video on tariffs. I did not see that. I'll look into it. Claw says, John, where'd you buy your PC games from? Seeing those Final Fantasy 7 and 8 discs earlier today makes me want to replace the ones I wrecked as a stupid kid. Mostly eBay. That's where I found a lot of them. I saw Final Fantasy 7 and 8. They were a package deal. The person was selling them together. So it's like, well, I want 7 and there's 8. The nice thing about the box PC games, you'd think they'd be more expensive than they are now. They're actually not too bad. So let me go. Oh, OJ, where can I find you, sir?
Find me hanging out, trying to not get tariffs. That's where you can find me. No, you can find me right here on YouTube, Player Essence. Got pretty cool videos. Just dropped one on Hollow Knight Silk Song and what the developers are doing with that game. That video is doing cool, so check that out. Also got a pretty cool top 25 upcoming games list coming up. You guys like my last one, so I'm doing some more with that with PS5 and Switch 2 games. So I'll have that up. And yeah, live streams all the time. We've been having some pretty dope live streams. So if you enjoy live streams, talk about Nintendo Switch 2, talk about PS5, RPGs. I cover all that on the channel. And yeah, it's been great. Thanks for having me on once again. Shout outs to everybody here. You guys are goated.
All right. Let me go to SOT. Says we need to treat shareholders the way we treat DSP. Oh, man. Shout out to AJ again, AJ MP3. With Drede says, thankfully Nintendo never laid off like Microsoft or Sony. They've shut down. They shut down. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. Somewhere in Europe. But no, not like Microsoft and Sony, where Microsoft laid off like 9,000 some odd people so far this year, 12,000. Not like that.
Damn. That's like a whole Nintendo right there.
Yeah. Tijo says, do you guys know the internet is under attack? I feel like the internet's always under attack.
I mean, everything's always under attack.
Superman says, Sean should do morning news wave like Cartman doing morning announcements. Gosh, Sean on a news wave would be... That'd be interesting. April Fool's is coming up next year. There you go. Ghostlight says, indie devs saving. Are we in the best modern retro era with Metroidvania, shmups, platformers, running guns, beat 'em ups, via collections, new remaster sequels, reboots, He-Man, T2, Ninja? Oh yeah, we do have T2 coming up. Ninja G, Silk Song, etc. Yeah, I mean, indie's been where it's one of the most interesting.
Indie's usually crushing it for the most part, and then we're all just waiting for AAA to steal their ideas and put it into a new game.
Evan, where can I find you, sir?
Find me on Twitch, YouTube, socials, Kimmerix Project. Trying to get stuff together, but I don't know. I just had to drop my dog off that I was babysitting, I guess, for like the last week, or my parents' dog rather. So hopefully I can actually get some sleep now and get some actual videos made. It'd be good.
Living says, did you guys see that?
Dumping stuff on us, man. Fransby.
Oh, I see Fransby. Yo, shout out to Fransby. May or may not be
Fransby.
Gifted 20 memberships. I think he came in and gifted memberships on Celia's stream yesterday too for Game and Talk. Shout out to Fransby. Very generous.
How's Fransby?
And then JC, 3 months moving on up. Did you guys see that Yuka Replayly is getting a Switch to 100% on cart physical version from VGP? MK Collection also joined the 100% cart club. Yes, I'll be buying both. I will. Absolutely. That's interesting. Yuka Replayly is $50 all in the cartridge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Elmix says, could it be possible for Epic to be somehow mandated to optimize UE5 if so many studios are going to depend on it?
No.
I was going to say,
Yeah, there's no. What are you talking about? Mandate?
That'd be an awesome world. But hey, maybe a UE6. It's always next time.
Just
It's coming
another
up at some
company
point.
needs to show up with something better, and then just make them have to do it.
He just says, sorry about that. I meant Kirby Air Rider. Kirby Air Ride dropping on GameCube NSO. Just try to keep it short. It's cool, Ticho. That'd be cool. Might as well drop it. Although they want people to probably play the new one. So Callan Shaw says, thanks for another good stream, guys. Much love. Then we have Juan Alvarez and Pickle Rick. My life's heartbroken because no after show with RGT.
I'm sorry.
Sean should do an early show or a post show the next day. The post Sunday show with RGT.
Wrap this up, you moron.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hey, if you randomly see Sean start streaming, there you go. Go bother him there. Gift him subs, and I don't know. He's got to raise. He needs the support. Go donate to the king. Thanks.
Need support, guys.
I would just tune in and Sean's just doing impersonations of DSP for 2 hours straight, and people are just donating to him. That's what will happen.
You don't watch Analog Allies because that's what it's kind of started to turn into. People just
should just stream Sean and provide commentary on DSP's restream.
DSP reaction.
No, because there's already people that do that. There's
a whole economy behind this, guys.
You've already got a platform to start from. You'll just skyrocket.
There is a whole economy,
dude. Raw Phil makes so much money off of just restreaming DSP. He doesn't even do anything. He just restreams Duty,
Raw Phil,
Snort Hogan, Snort Hogan.
Snort Hogan, Snort Hogan. There is a whole economy built. There's a guy that does music videos, high quality, music videos, Dark Side Flow. The iceberg is iceberging. It is deep.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Snort Hogan.
It's we'll be back. My headphones died.
That's fine. Nobody cares.
It's all over. Oh. No, it actually works through the speakers too. I just never use them that way. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Spawncast will be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then.
I did send DSP an email.